evening to everybody, and we are back with the finals action here in the booth. My name's Emery Johnson alongside Adam Gonzalez. We had you guys yesterday for the championship of round number one, day number one, and man, it was a big day of events, and we have some amazing things to cover coming up pretty soon here. Adam, did I hear from you just a second ago that maybe there was a state record broken earlier in the prelims?
Emery, looks like tonight, yeah, we had a state record in the prelims. We should look to maybe see another one here tonight.
Well, as we obviously paid attention to yesterday, the times got better as the night went on, and it seemed like as the pressure kind of was brought up, so did the swimmers. They brought their A game. It seemed like everything started to get a little bit more competitive as things went on, and these guys started swimming, and these girls started swimming better from the prelims. Most of the times were improved. We have a really, really fun event coming up here. We ended with a medley. We're going to start with a medley today. It's the women 200-yard medley, and it'll be the B group and then the A group. Coach, 200-yard medley. Talk me through it.
Yeah, similar to the 400 medley we saw yesterday, this will be a test of all four strokes, but a little bit faster. They're only doing 2 lengths of the pool, so we'll see the pure sprinters on each team do their strokes now.
Yeah, it's a little bit different when you're going there and giving it 100% for that little short burst, and this race went really quick in the prelims. I'm really excited to get things going here for the B medley. It's 2 groups going in the prelims. We had 3 groups and then 4 groups in some of them. So, I mean, it was a lot of heats going on trying to get these teams figured out going down all the way to the wire. We're going to set the line here for the women 200-yard medley relay. In heat number 1, this is the B final. Riverside will be in lane number 1. Las Positas will be in lane number 2. Mesa College will be in lane number 3. Palomar will be in lane number 5. Grossmont will be in lane number 6. And American River College will be in lane number 7. Mount Sac leads the B group with a 1:56.58, and Riverside will be the end cap there with a 2:01.48. So these teams, a couple seconds difference, but anything can happen at this stage of the race.
Yeah, and just like the 200 relay we saw yesterday, the 200 freestyle relay, this will be very quick. The transition between swimmers should be less than 30 seconds for each length. So we'll barely have time to breathe once they get started here.
Well, I am excited to get things started. I know everybody at home is excited. We had a sheet. I need to find it. I believe that has the names and numbers. Here we are. Okay, perfect. Nope, that is last night's. It is this one, event. Oh, maybe I have found the wrong. Nope. I'm holding it in my hands. There we go. This is why I keep Adam around. He knows what's going on. I certainly do not. Well, we are ready to go. It's about to be a flash of light, and here we go. The final whistle. Everybody's got their checks, and the swimmers are off. First event of the afternoon, and it is the medley relay 200 yards. In that lane number 4 from Mount San Antonio College, that's Lexus Bratton. She is cooking her way through the lane, and it's going to be her. And then look down at that number 7 lane from American River College. That's Claire Athey. She's keeping things close. That's the first 2 teams that are going to be jumping into the water as we get into the this is the butterfly.
This is the breaststroke.
Oh, breaststroke, yeah.
Yeah, and we saw yesterday that the lead can change back and forth in the medley as different teams have different strengths in the different strokes.
Mount San Antonio College showing their strength here across at least the first 2 strokes. Melissa Chavez, she's starting to get a little bit of space, but now on her heels, look over at lane number 2, Las Positas College. Ashley Sand, she's kind of gained some speed back and maybe put her team in a good position. Into the water is Mount San Antonio, and almost simultaneously, you'll have Las Positas and American River in the water, and just quickly behind them, Grossmont is in the water as well. The line is looking a little bit more even here as we get into the turn for the end of the butterfly, and we will see underwater just how quickly these girls can transition and come back the other way. San Antonio College definitely still in the lead. That's Julia De La Garza. She is now almost a full body length ahead of the next person, and it is down to the freestyle.
Well, it sure looks like lane 4 ahead, but the race for second is a 5-way tie right now.
We're not sure, but things starting to look a little bit more interesting here as we get into the final freestyle turn. Swimmers have turned now. Lane number 6 starting to make a comeback. Grossmont College. This is Kristen Furl-Holman.
She might get there.
She's looking there, and then look at lane number 5. That's Palomar College. This is going to come down to the final seconds here. Who stepped on it first, or should I say tapped it first, and it was lane number 4. And my goodness, that was a very, very close race. You have lanes 4 and 5 separated by almost a tenth of a second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 4, 5, 6, 7 in terms of the lanes. That will be San Antonio College in first place, Palomar College in second place, Grossmont College in third, and American River College in fourth place. 5, 6, 7 will be 3, 2, 1. So it will be in order and then out of order. San Diego Mesa College, Las Positas College, and Riverside College a little bit behind, but most of the teams look like they have improved on their times, and they did.
Yeah, valiant effort from lane 5 there, trying to chase him down and just didn't quite have enough pool to do it.
Well, Coach, it's time. Championship event. This is it. I'm going to go through the lineup here. We got College of the Sequoias. They're in lane number 1. Lane number 2, Orange Coast College. Lane number 3, West Valley College. Lane number 5, Santa Barbara City College. 6, Sierra College. Lane 7, Santa Rosa Junior College. And lane 8, Diablo Valley College. And course, lane number 4, Santa Monica College. They were very, very good yesterday, almost across the board. Every single A event that we had, they were in the mix in the conversation of swimming. So this is the championship. Women 200-yard medley relay. Santa Monica College, they come into today's race with a 150.93 from this morning. The separation between them and the other teams, though, not that big. It's only a matter of 6 seconds down to Diablo Valley College, but the closest team is 51. The next closest team is 53, so anyone's race at this point.
Yeah, less than a second from first and second. It's definitely going to be a race tonight.
The crowd is definitely starting to get a little bit excited as the things start to heat up here. Gosh, just to think, we're just in the beginning of this. We're at event 13 of the whole weekend. We're going to end with the men's and women's 800 free relay.
Yeah, a way to finish it with another long, hard one.
That is absolutely one of the coolest races. Sometimes it's tough to watch in the beginning, but the end of that race is like the ultimate endurance race for all the people involved in those teams.
Especially at the end of a 3-day hard competition, These guys competing in the morning and at night. We're going to see who has that endurance left in their tank.
Well, and don't run away now. Tomorrow we have the women's 1650 and the men's 1650 as well. And I think that's almost a mile, Coach?
It's not mathematically a mile, but we're going to call it a mile for swimming purposes.
Yeah, for swimming, might as well be at this point, right?
That's right.
That's tomorrow. I mean,
that's the longest event that these guys are competing in as swimmers.
So, about to get underway. The swimmers about to step on, or into the water, should I say. Start with the backstroke. Santa Monica College, like we said before, a 150.93. They're followed quickly by Santa Barbara City College at a 151.79. So it's less than a second difference between them. Next team up is a 153.21, and that's West Valley College. Sierra College, 153.34. Orange Coast College, 153.94. And then we have some 154s and 156s from everyone else. But this, again, we've said it before, and we've seen some strange things happen tonight, or last night. We saw some interesting things happen earlier today, all kinds of craziness. We're about to get ready to go. The girls are not yet jumped in the water. They're still squaring some things away in the administrative side of things.
Yep, but the crowd is still here, waving flags, cheering for their swimmers. We're ready to go.
I think so. Just getting the final checks. And actually, I am privy to looking directly down into the scorer's booth area. It looks like they're restarting a clock system. So.
Yeah, it takes all kinds of effort to make these things run. It's kind of a miracle when they do run smoothly, so we can be a little bit patient.
Coach, does the moisture in the air and on the ground and everywhere kind of play effect with electronics by chance?
I'm sure that it could, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we can certainly say as of day number 1 here early on, we've had our minor issues with electronics as well, but we are certainly happy that things are finally running smoothly. We have our final broadcast rig in the it's in place. We're not moving anything else. We've gone through 3 separate units this entire weekend, and that's just because we have equipment shifting all over the place. But the first one didn't even work, and that's pretty it was a pretty scary moment. But we worked through it, especially when you have so much work to happen. Swimmers are in the water. We're ready to go. Almost underway here for the women's championship. This is heat number 2, the final for the women's 200-yard medley relay. Swimmers in place, ready to go. Just waiting on the call from the ref. Buzzer is off and away we go into the final of the 200-yard medley relay. It's backstroke first. Lane number 5 jumping out to a quick lead here, Santa Barbara City College. It's Isabella Orlando.
Yeah, another amazing display of that underwater dolphin kick on the backstroke there from lane 5.
Definitely taking advantage of the underwater speed, and here comes the transitions. It's going to go lane 5, lane 3, lane 4. So in order, that's Santa Barbara City College, then West Valley College, then Santa Monica College. This is sometimes where things can change here, Coach. This is a very technical and difficult stroke. Lane 5 still a little bit ahead, but all down to the transition. Can they keep the speed up here as they come down the final length of this?
Yeah, we can basically see them lost the lead that they created in the backstroke, and now we've got a dead heat for first, second, and third, it looks like.
Lane 4 has now worked their way back into the mix. Santa Monica College within striking distance, and they are the second team in. It's now down to lane number 3, West Valley College, starting to fight back here.
Santa Monica showing us why they're in lane 4 as they start to pull away a little bit on the fly.
Yeah, it came down to that transition. They were just a second short probably, or probably less than that in the breaststroke. And here we go in the butterfly. It looks like they're starting to pull away a little bit in the water right now for Santa Monica College's Emma Kilamauskas.
And we'll see her tonight in the individual 100 fly. I think we'll see some good swimming there.
I'm sure we will. They are in the freestyle. Santa Monica College now probably a second ahead. That fight for second place, though, not over as lanes 5 through 7 are looking pretty good, as well as lane 3 within the mix. That's Santa Barbara City College, Sierra College, and Santa Rosa Junior College, and it's the final little bit of the freestyle. And who will take the second place trophy? It's going to be first for Santa Monica, and second place. Wow, quickly. That's going to be a... Okay, Coach, are you looking at the number I'm looking at really quick? Santa Monica College, they take it.
Woo, second to third place.
Second to third place, .01.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. So, Santa Monica first place, West Valley College second place. Hannah Edwards, she was ahead by .01, 51.74. And Santa Barbara City College, they're going to be a little bit upset at this result. Chloe McKay was .01 at 51.75.
You know, that still counts. You win by .01 or by 10 seconds, you know, you still win.
We have the saying in baseball, a base hit in the scorebook, it doesn't matter what it actually happened. It's a base hit off the wall for all practical purposes.
That's right, the same effect.
Yeah, the win is the win. Well, second place has been decided. West Valley College will get silver.
And Santa Monica coming in with the 150, but dropping down to 148.5. They were already ahead, and they opened it up even more tonight.
Yeah, and you know, it all came down to that butterfly. It was interesting. First 2 strokes, pretty competitive with everyone else. All of a sudden, the butterfly comes in, and on the transition, they were even behind.
Yeah, more than a body length behind after that fly leg.
Yeah, Emma Kilamauskas, we're going to look for her later. Coach, we have all of our other individual events coming up, and including a whole bunch more tomorrow, so do not go anywhere. That's that's what I'm going to continue to say over and over again. Well, we are done with the first portion of the relay. It's the second half coming up here in just a few moments. We have the men 200-yard medley relay. We will rejoin you guys in just a few moments. You're watching SoCal College sports coverage of the 3C2A men's and women's dive and swim championships. Well, we are into the 200-yard men's medley relay. Coach, saw some pretty cool action there in the women's. Time to get to the men's B final. It is going to be Santa Rosa Junior College in the first lane, Shasta College in the second lane, Riverside College in the third lane, Las Positas College in the fifth lane, College of the Sequoias in the sixth lane, Allen Hancock College in the seventh lane, and in the eighth lane, Modesto College, and of course, in the fourth lane, Golden West College. Golden West, they come into today's swim meet with a 137.22 in the prelims this morning. Just a little bit off from the Heat 2, the A final. The last two teams were 137s as well. They're just a little bit slow, but they will lead things here. And check that, it's a 137.22. So they will lead things here for the lane number 4. In the men's, Coach, did you swim the men's 200?
Yeah, as much as I could.
Yeah.
I really would like to do 2 laps if possible.
It's a little bit easier on the whole body.
It's still pretty hard, but yeah, it's definitely shorter.
Yeah. Well, the suffering's shorter, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, a little bit of an unenviable position for Golden West, having missed the A final by about a 10th. Let's see if they can win the B final here.
Yeah. Definitely things to swim for regardless. And the swimmers are in the pool ready to rock and roll as we await the whistle from the referee, the bright flash of light, and the swimmers will be off and on the way. Everybody's set and ready to go for the B final of the men's 200-yard medley relay. Comes the whistle. On your marks, get set, and go. The swimmers are underway in the backstroke for the first portion of this medley relay. 200 yards is what separates them from a medal. And we are going to see a competition here in the backstroke. And look at lane number 6, that's College of the Sequoias, jumping out to a little quick lead, as well as number 2, lane 2, Shasta College. That's Jacob Thulian. He was a name that was brought up a couple times yesterday as well. We have 3 lanes in the water, then 3, then 1. It's going to be lane number 1, lane number 2, and lane number 6 who are currently in that lead position. But here comes lane number 5 and lane number 4 as in the breaststroke they are starting to make up a little bit of space here.
College of Sequoias in lane 6 was able to take the B final last night in the medley. They're strong here today.
Look at lane number 2. Again, Shasta College, this is Bradley McLaren. Strong in that breaststroke. They are first place at this time, but anything can change here, and this is a very important stroke, Coach. This is the butterfly.
A powerful stroke, yeah, and we see maybe 4 or 5 teams all coming to this wall kind of together. Maybe lane 2 coming up with a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, he wasn't underwater as long as Golden West, and here comes Golden West. Golden West now finally just edging out Shasta College. They are the first into the water, and then will be second. It's down to the freestyle, and it's going to be Thomas Woodley who's going to be trying to finish things off here for Golden West, bring a little bit of glory back, even though it's the B final. Thomas Woodley makes the turn. He's into the final stretch, but there is a man in hot pursuit, and that's Shasta College's Kyan Klinger. Kyan Klinger just a little bit behind. He's not going to have enough, and it's going to go all the way to Golden West College. That was a quick little ending there. The freestyle obviously going to Thomas Woodley. He kept the lead for Golden West. So first place, 1:35.51 is the official time. Second place, actually College of the Sequoias, Zachary Welch. He was a little bit closer than I even observed, 1:36.20. So less than a second difference there between those two teams. And then in third place, we'll go up to lane number 2. That was Shasta College with a 1:36.55. Not much difference between these times, Coach.
No, I mean, the entire heat is within 3 seconds here. Yeah, great swim from Golden West, doing their business.
And that actually holds up with what the statistics were. Our top time was a 1:37.22. The slowest time was a 1:39.74. And that was from lane number 8, and that actually seems to hold up. All the teams improved, but within 3 seconds.
Yeah, let's take that as a sign of good things to come.
All right, it's championship time. Heat number 2 coming up right now. American River College, they're in lane number 1 with a 1:37.13. Cuesta College, lane number 2, 1:35.44. Orange Coast College in lane number 3, they're a 1:34.18. Lane number 5, Sierra College, they're a 1:33.91. Palomar College, they're a 1:34.29. Lane 7, Long Beach City College, 136.41. Lane number 8, West Valley College, 137.13. And in first place right now, at least after the prelims, in lane number 4, Mount San Antonio College with a 132.95. Coach, that's 2 seconds off the next fastest.
Yeah, I mean, they're
1 second.
A full second ahead of second place here. That is a long distance in a short race like this.
Yeah, well, it's the 200-yard medley relay for the men's championship. We are about to get underway. All the swimmers are in place, and we are ready to rock and roll here. It's going to be the fastest 1 minute and 30 seconds you've probably experienced in your life, and here we go. The whistle is in. Flashing lights, and away we go into the men's 200-yard relay.
The amount of power it takes to get your whole body up and over the water like that is impressive.
Now, lane number 5 jumping out a little bit, Sierra College. They have a 133.91, so just a little bit, almost a second off of the leader, Mount San Antonio College. In the backstroke here, they look like they might be a little bit ahead, but it's not by much.
Clean transition from all 3 teams that are in the lead here.
Butterfly, maybe the difference maker here for San Antonio College, but look up at lane number 3, Orange Coast. This is Matthew Simpson. He's making a little bit of a fight, but lane 5, good on the transition. That's Declan Heinzen.
Lane 5 pushing a little bit ahead into the butterfly leg here.
And they are first on transition again, Sierra College. It's up to Caleb Tracy here with the butterfly.
Still less than a second between the top 3, maybe even 4 teams right now.
Yeah, this is anybody's race at this point.
Well, here comes lane 3 underwater coming up ahead.
And Coach, you're right, Orange Coast, that's Ethan Smith. He just made a huge maneuver, and this could be the difference maker here for Orange Coast College. It's all coming down to the freestyle as it is coming down to the line. But oh my goodness, look at Mount San Antonio College. That's Isaiah Huerta, and he is burning through the water, but it's not going to be enough. Maybe he's still underwater now, and the final 2 swimmers will be Andrew Espinoza and Dane Howell. It's going to come down to this. Dane Howell's going to take it for Orange Coast College. Holy Toledo, Coach.
Yeah, we saw a similar thing last night. Orange Coast College won the 400 medley out of lane 2 last night, coming through with the win from lane 3 tonight.
Did they just announce that might be a new state record? 129.79,
yeah,
Coach.
A previous state record at 129.99. Looks like they broke it by 0.2 of a second tonight.
Gosh.
Congratulations, boys.
Wow, in a epic race. I mean, I can't believe that. So the 4th lane, Mount San Antonio College coming in with basically the best score, and 129 posted by Orange Coast College. That is something to hang your hat on. The gold will go to Orange Coast. In second place will be Sierra College. They posted a 130.62, and that is not far off. That's basically a second difference, and it's hard to really kind of wrap your mind around how close that was, Coach.
Oh man, if you told those guys that they would be, less than a second off of the state record, I can't believe that they'd be upset about that.
No, but it's hard to not have that competitiveness, especially when you're in a sport like this.
That's right. Yeah, second place is still a little bit bitter.
Yeah. Well, we are done with event number 14, the men's 200-yard medley relay, over for the day. We will go into the women's 400-yard individual medley next. It's event number 15. You're watching SoCal College sports coverage of the men's and women's 2023 Swim and Dive State Championship. we enter into event number 15. It's the women's 400-yard individual medley, Coach. Heat number 1, this is the B final. In lane number 1, Sydney White. Lane number 2, Layla Tapino. Lane number 3, Kristen Fiola. Lane number 5, Nikki Howe. Lane number 6, Lauren Loffelmacher. Lane number 7, Madison Dorsey. And lane number 8, Marisol Narvez. And lane number 4, Lexi Pearson. This is a little bit longer than the 200. It's not going to go by nearly as quickly, Coach. This is another endurance sport. We were talking just a second ago, and maybe you want to open up onto this one if you could. This is a little bit of a different ball game at 400 yards.
That's right. Yesterday we got to see the 200 individual medley, which is a pure test of how much speed you have in all 4 strokes. And this is important that you have all 4, but you need to have the endurance here. They're going to start this race with 100 yards of butterfly, which in itself is a pretty brutal race. It's a race that's the hardest race for a lot of swimmers in their own right.
Well, the 100 yards of the butterfly. This is how we're starting things off. It's going to be in lane number 5, Nikki Hale. And she is well ahead of pretty much everyone else. That fight for second place now a little bit interesting. Go down to lane number 6, Allison Donnelly. She will be clearly in second place, and it's all down to the backstroke here. Or not all down to the backstroke, but we're in the backstroke here. Things might be tightening up a little bit. It depends on what your individual stroke is here and how you can take advantage, right?
That's right. You would generally like to take advantage of your best stroke and maybe try to mitigate your worst stroke a little bit. And we see a lot of these girls come in and maybe taking a well-needed breath after finishing that fly. We should see their tempo pick up a little bit in the second 50 of this backstroke.
Here we go. So the backstroke not done quite yet. Here comes the first turn. Still in the lead is lane number 5. That's Nikki Hale from Pasadena College. She's a freshman with a 4:59.99 earlier today. The separation in all of this individual medley was a matter of, well, 11 seconds, Coach. So maybe a little bit of a difference here, but things are, I will say things are a lot closer as we get towards the heat number 2 A final.
Yeah, I mean, over 16 laps, that's still less than a second per lap. And we saw yesterday the breaststroke, the next stroke that's coming up, can really make or break the IM. There's a lot of personal variation in this next stroke.
Breaststroke, obviously, it's been a heartbreaker so far this tournament. We've seen a lot of teams turn it around in that stroke specifically. Still in first place is Nikki Hale for now, but keep an eye on that inside lane of lane number 6, Lauren Loffelmacher from Riverside. We'll see that head bopping up and down over there in that lane, as well as lane number 7, Madison Dorsey from Mount San Antonio College. They're kind of all mixed, and then finally, followed by Leah Tapino. She's from Mount Sac as well with a 5:02.61 earlier today. Things are starting to get a little interesting as we get closer and closer to that freestyle, which is where those sprinters, those swimmers who really excel in the freestyle, this is where the difference is kind of made.
That's right, but right now you can't imagine how these legs are burning. They just finished 200 yards, and now the breaststroke is a stroke that heavily relies on that powerful kick as they glide forward.
Powerful kick. That's exactly what it is. It's all about timing it up with exactly how you're extending out from the middle of your chest, trying to get as much water out to your sides as possible, but using your legs to also propel you forward. It's all about this turn here. This is the final 50 yards. Check that, 25 yards of this breaststroke here.
That's right, and you can see them pushing the pace just a little bit. They know they're moving on the freestyle. They know the breaststroke is the end is near, so we're going to start to see them really race now for the last 100 yards of this race.
100 yards of freestyle coming up. She's going to be making the turn. Nikki Hale in that 5th lane has made the turn. She's into the freestyle, but that doesn't necessarily count anybody out. This can be a difference maker. It has been so far this tournament and this entire meet, if you will. And they are well underway. First place still being held, but we have that lane 6 and 7 kind of in the mix there for that second place, but could they possibly catch that first place swimmer? Lauren Loffelmacher and Madison Dorsey, they're in 6 and 7 respectively, and now lane number 4, Lexi Pearson. I think she might be excelling at the freestyle. That might be what she excels at. Into the final 50, here we go. The turn has been made. Nikki Hale, she is still in that first place position, and who's going to be trying to fight for that position as things are slowing down towards the wall?
That's right. Who's got it left in the tank now? 15 laps in, and they are going to have to dig for the last lap here.
Yeah, this is the final little bit here. They have turned, and they are now into the final half. It's all about this. About 12 and a half yards to go, looking to maybe catch up and not going to be in time. Nikki Hale, she's going to take first place with a 1:54.60. Second place will go to Mount San Antonio College's Lexi Pearson, or check that, Santa Barbara City College's Lexi Pearson at a 4:57.02. She had, or 4:57.02. Yeah. Am I looking at these things? Yes, I am. And then it will be down to lane number 5, Nikki Hale. She dropped off a little bit there at the end. Or check that, lane 5, lane 6, Lauren Loffelmacher from Riverside College. That's a 4:57.84. So that kind of sets up the line. You'll see the scoreboard in just a minute if they haven't shown it to you guys already. But the B heat is over. It's now time for the heat number 2, a final for the women's 200-yard individual medley. It was a slog in the first B heat. Man, I'm not envious, actually, Coach. That just looked like it killed my arms. I'm maybe a little bit tired just by watching that one.
Absolutely. That one makes me breathe heavy.
No. Definitely some memories of working your butt off in the pool, I'm sure.
A little bit of trauma, yeah.
A little bit of trauma. Well, that's why we work through. You know, work out in order to get through those things.
It's nice to watch it from afar.
Yeah. All right, heat number 2 final. Let's set up the lineup here. We have lane number 1, Jessie Nelson from Riverside College. She's a freshman with a 4:57.04. Lane number 2, Emma Marsalik. She's a freshman from Hancock College with a 4:52.34. Lane number 3, Sage Cruz. She's a sophomore from Sierra College at a 4:50.01. Lane number 5, Stanislava Holzhauser from Santa Rosa College. She's a freshman with a 4:47.60. Lane number 6, Allison Donnelly. She's a freshman from Ventura College. That's a common name that we've heard this weekend as well. From Ventura, she's a 4:51.28. Lane number 7, Marlena King from Diablo Valley. She's a freshman, 4:53.76. She's a friend of the broadcast. We were talking to them earlier in the prelims. They've been, everybody from Diablo Valley College, I just have to say, Coach, they've been very friendly and wanted to pitch in to all the things that they could possibly help with, so we extend our thank yous. Isabella Wilhelms, she's a sophomore from Sierra College at 1:57.41. And in first place in the 4th lane, Emma Kilamauskas from Santa Monica College. She's a freshman. She was already racing today. She had a 4:45.33. Coach, tell me about that race from Emma Kilamauskas. She Santa Monica College. They were already big today.
Yeah, you know, I just recognized the name. If you're just watching the medley relay that we just watched, she was a fantastic butterflyer in that. And if you watch the beginning of this race, we can see it here too. She's coming out already half body length ahead, and that looks like her cruising speed.
Yeah, exactly. I think she's definitely well in the competition, but you got to have hats off to Stanislava Holzhauser. She's in the conversation here. Look at that. She's probably only about a half second off from the lead as lanes 4 and 5 battle for it. Look down at the end of the pool as well. 3, 2, and 1 also kind of locked in this battle in lane number 7. That's Marlena King from Diablo Valley. She is also in that mix, and it all comes down to where can you take advantage. We talked about it time and time again here with this individual medley. Who has the best individual stroke times? It's not about just, you know, one that's the best, but making them all pretty average.
Right. And we saw Stanislava in lane 5 last night in the 200 medley, so we know she's got a well-rounded stroke. We'll see how she compares here to lane 4, coming out strong in the first half of this 4 a.m.
Emma Kilamauskas still in first place. She makes the turn. Very clean transition here in the backstroke. Lane 7 and lane 5 have also turned. They're headed down into the middle of the poolway now. They're done with the first 100, or check that, first 50 of this backstroke. Backstroke, a chance to breathe, like you said, Coach. Give you an opportunity to get set up and ready to go for the big butterfly.
Right, but if you want to have success at this level, you kind of have to have 16 full laps of power. So I am encouraged to see these girls keeping up the tempo of their arms, not taking too much of a rest on their back.
And I may have made a small, tiny mistake there. Not butterfly coming up. It's breaststroke.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the breaststroke in the third slot. It is the stroke where you get to breathe every single time you use your arms.
Yeah.
But you're going to need that oxygen in this part of the race.
Oh yeah, and it's a long little battle there. It's 100 yards of it, not just 50. So into the turn. Now done with the backstroke there. Now into the breaststroke, Coach. This is it. Still locked in that battle. That's that 5th and 4th lane. Emma Kilamauskas and Stanislava
Yeah, and these two girls are seated well ahead of the competition from this morning, so I expect that we'll see a head-to-head here for the last, it looks like 6 laps of this race. They're going to have to fight each other a little bit.
Stanislava, she is now looking like she might have a little bit of an edge. No, they are almost shoulder to shoulder right now, maybe just out of sync.
Yeah, their talent level is really similar. Sure looks like lane 5, Holzhauser has a little bit stronger breaststroke. But hey, how is that going to affect her conditioning for the freestyle?
Right,
It's still
Holzhauser now definitely ahead. She has about a shoulder length in front of Emma Kilimowskis, but this race is not over. We still got 100 yards of freestyle coming up after this, and don't forget 25 yards of breaststroke.
Yeah. You'll notice a great head position in lane 5. Holzhauser gets her head down and really has a good glide every time she kicks. Efficient stroke.
Stanislava holding that first place position now. It is just her and Emma Kilimowskis. And they are finally done with the breaststroke. It's let the horses go. We'll see the freestyle. This is going to be a really fast 100 yards, I can only imagine, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, coming in a second and a half ahead, and now she gets to watch lane 4 try to chase her for 4 straight laps.
All right, lap number 1 done with this freestyle. Still a little bit ahead, but don't count out Emma Kilimowskis. She has been good so far tonight.
And she's coming up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about gaining as much advantage as you can, especially on this turn. Make sure it's clean. If you can do that, you'll put yourself in a good position. But I have to say, Stanislava still breaking away. She's breaking away even more now.
She's looking strong. Yeah, we'll see how she comes on the last lap, but I think she's going to run away with this.
The final 25 for Stanislava. Will she have enough oxygen? Barring anything crazy happening here, it might be the case. And in hot pursuit is Emma Kilimowskis. She's swimming, digging hard, but I don't know if she's going to have enough, and she is not.
Wow.
It's going to go to Stanislava
This time
Holzhauser
drop
from Santa Rosa College. Look at the time, 1:34.71. In second place will be Emma Kilimowskis, and that's not even a bad time either, 4:39.03. So 4:34, 4:39. My goodness.
Yeah, both girls dropping at least 6 seconds, and amazing race. Way to battle each other.
Yeah, and you just got to say that was really interesting to watch that 5th and 4th lane the entire time. My goodness. Now lane 7, or check that, not lane 7, lane number 2. That's going to be Emma Marcelic from Hancock College. She's going to be in 3rd place with a 4:47.23. Lane number 3 is going to hold that 4th place position. That's Sage Cruz from Sierra College, the sophomore, with a 4:48. And in the 5th position, that's lane number 7. Marlena King from Diablo Valley College. She's that freshman. She had a 4:49.03, so improving 4 seconds on her time previous. Actually over 3 seconds. Good for her. In that 6th position is lane number 6. That's Allison Donnelly from Ventura College. She had a 4:52.36. In 7th position, it will be in the 1st lane, Jessie Nelson from Riverside. She had a 4:56.67. And in that 8th lane, that will be Isabella Wilhelms from Sierra College. She had a 5, I think that's a 10. I don't know if the numbers are totally messed up there. But nonetheless, race is over. So we are done with heat number 2, the women's 400-yard individual medley. We will take a break. We have the men's 400-yard individual medley coming up in just a few moments. You're watching SoCal College sports coverage, the men's and women's swim and dive state championship 2023.
In 4th place, in lane number 3, from Sierra College, Sage Cruz. In 3rd position, number 2, from Allen College.
What I learned in my first semester in college was that I could run. And so I took a running class. I got into running. I lost 50 pounds and I started doing half marathons. And that was really transformational for me. Never would have been competitive, but what a difference it made for my personal psyche, my personal health, body image, all kinds of things. If we didn't have athletics in colleges, community college or otherwise, my ability to have taken that running class, to have found that something inside of me that clicked with, I wouldn't have had it. And so it's really important that we provide that opportunity, team sports or not, because it's so impactful for students when they come to us.
Well, they are getting ready to go, and Coach, man, what an exciting finish to that women's heat number 2 final for the women's 400-yard individual medley, and we have the men 400-yard individual medley ready to go. This is going to be the B final, heat number 1. In lane number 1, Ryan Lacasse from Hancock College, then Richard Wharton from Orange Coast College. In the 3rd lane, Ross Brown from Las Positas College. In the 5th lane, Jason Matsuda from Mount San Antonio College. Lane number 6, Zachary O'Connor from Cuesta. Lane number 7, Nico Dangelo from Golden West College, and Ethan Perry in lane number 8 from Cuesta College. In that 4th lane is John Torres from Sierra College. We are ready to rock and almost ready for that heat number 2 final. We got some really exciting names in there that everyone's going to want to definitely listen to.
Yeah, looking ahead at the program for the next heat, we sure do have some talent, but looking at this race right here, we have a group of really strong butterflyers. Everybody relatively the same speed here is coming out.
Yeah, looking at the times across the board, the only person who's really, really ahead of anybody, well, you have 3 of them. They're at 4:13s, and the next closest score is a 4:16. And it's going to be your lanes 3, 4, and 5. That's Ross Brown, Josh Torres, and Jason Matsuda, respectively. I'm not sure which stroke is going to be their best stroke, but we will certainly find out in this race. The backstroke still looking pretty even, Coach.
That's right, yeah. I mean, with that much separation, we should expect that some of these guys have a hidden talent maybe somewhere here.
Well, on the transition, definitely lane 4 in the lead for now, but it is very close between Josh Torres and Ross Brown. Ross Brown in that lane number 3 from Las Positas.
Halfway through the backstroke, looks like we're separating just a little bit in the center of the pool.
Yeah, almost the flying V. That was funny. In the prelims, you'd almost see a flying V formation kind of show up for the prelim heats, and you had like 4 of them going on at the same time, or for all 4 heats.
And that is by design. We put the swimmers in according to their times, where the fastest swimmer goes in 4, and then in lane 5, then 3, then 6, then 2, then 7. So we should naturally see that V if they compete with their entry times.
Well, and it looks like that lane number 3 might be having a little bit of an advantage here, Max. Or check that, Ross Brown. He was good in the backstroke, but here comes the best stroke, Coach.
Yeah, and what I'm looking for here is who has some speed but with efficiency. So I'm looking for the length that they get every time that they kick. You'll see them leave their arms in the front. We call that the glide. These guys are able to get 5, 6 feet every time they glide out in the front.
Yeah, it's really incredible to see how much and how well they move in the water. Now lane number 4, I think we figured out what John Torres is actually really, really good at, and it's this breaststroke right here, Coach, as he's finally made that turn into the final 100 or final 50 meters here.
That's right, and Jason Matsuda in lane 5 as well is also going to have something to say about this breaststroke.
Oh yeah, look at him. Lane number 5 starting to heat up. That looks like it might be the new battle. Maybe Ross Brown getting a little bit tired here in that lane number 3. Not to say that things are over at all because he's still well within the mix, but look at that lane number 6, Zachary O'Connor from Cuesta College. He's now made his turn, and it looks like you have those top 3 swimmers trying to work their way forward in the final 25 yards of this breaststroke, Coach. It's all down to the freestyle at this point.
Yeah, if you're someone who's not a strong breaststroker, you just want to put yourself in a position where you can go chase them now. Let's see who's got it.
All right, the final 100 of freestyle, kicking and in the lead now again is going to be in lane number 4. That's John Torres. We'll see if that holds up because Jason Matsuda, he was really quick in that breaststroke.
Yeah, John Torres and Jason Matsuda barely missing the A final and coming here to show us that they wish they were in it
Yeah,
tonight.
for sure. But John Torres, I think we found the stroke that he excels the best at here. Well, at least in terms of this field, he is well ahead. Matsuda a little bit behind. He's about a body length, but it comes down to this. This is the final 50 yards, and potentially this could be where you bring that last little bit of energy. You're not breathing in those last 25, are you, Coach?
Oh man, I'm sure they want it. Yeah, this is a real testament of their conditioning.
Yeah. Final 25 yards, and here we go. It's going to be looking like Sierra College will bring home the medal, at least in the A final, and that's going to be it. But that's second place time. Who's going to have it in second
tie.
place? It's a tie. Oh my gosh, Coach. Holy Toledo. We have John Torres in first place, but Las Positas and Mount San Antonio College, Ross Brown and Jason Matsuda.
And Ross Brown, just a phenomenal freestyle, having turned maybe a second and a half behind after the breaststroke. Really
Goodness
chased them down there.
gracious. Coach, I was so locked in with what was going on in 5 and 4 because of the breaststroke, and I gotta say, I'm sorry, Ross Brown, I owe you an apology. You just turned it on in the freestyle.
You know, I was only looking at the board because it was too close to call from a visual perspective.
Oh yeah.
And there it is, a tie.
Yeah, no kidding. It was too close to call because, well, they touched it at the same time down to the 100th of a second. 4:13.95 will be that time for second place. Now 4:11.45 is the time for first. In, let's see, fourth place, because we have a tie for second, is going to be that sixth lane. And that will be Zachary O'Connor. In that fifth place position, Richard Wharton. In that sixth place position will be Ryan Lacaste. Seventh place is going to be Nico D'Angelo. And eighth place, Ethan Perry. Man, well, I hope that is just like it's the thriller right before what we're gonna get. That's just a teaser.
Absolutely. I love it when a 16-lap, 4-minute long race can come down to exactly 1/100th of a second.
Yeah.
It's too cool.
That is, and 4:11, 4:13, that's not really that big of a difference either there. That definitely hats off. I can't say enough. John Torres in the freestyle, that was almost sickening here in this B group, I gotta say.
Yeah, beautiful conditioning. Guys, definitely well coached, well conditioned.
All right, well, it's time to announce the line for heat number 2. Lane number 1, we have Caleb Wolfinger. He's going to be in that first lane for Sierra College, 4:08.73. He's a freshman. And lane number 2, Thomas Kelly. He's a freshman from Golden West College at a 4:07.76. In lane number 3, Max Pasile from Hancock College. He's a sophomore with a 4:06.00. Lane number 5. We have Matthew Simpson from Orange Coast College. He's a sophomore at a 4:04.04. Man, that's a tongue twister there. Lane number 6, Ryan Rodisco from Las Positas College. He's a freshman with a 4:07.58. Lane number 7, Jacob Rockman from Palomar College. He's a sophomore with a 4:08.07. And lane number 8, Chase Campbell from Saddleback College with a 4:13.55. And they have made their turn. And Jake Reuter, he's going to be from Sierra College. He's the man who's leading the pack at a 4:00.03. Look for him to be really big in this race.
Yeah, and he's coming out right away. I mean, with a 4-second separation, we should expect to see him be dominant here. And I think he's coming here. He's coming into the prelims at almost exactly 4 flat. He's got to go under 4 tonight, right?
Wouldn't that be something to see?
I'm going to be rooting for it. I know that he'll be under a minute here on this first leg in the butterfly.
We are working our way through the butterfly here. Butterfly is over. Time to turn around and get that backstroke going.
You know, the field doing a great job of keeping it close.
Yeah, this isn't actually that far off. I mean, it's a 4-second and then 6-second disparity. I take that back. It's pretty far off, but these guys are really strong here in the backstroke.
And we've seen 8, 9-second time drops already. So any of these guys who have the swim of their life, it has a chance here.
Yeah, well, and in the next stroke specifically, you got the breaststroke coming up next, Coach. That could spell disaster for anybody depending on your positioning. It depends on what your best stroke is. Backstroke still in the final 50. In that first place position, you have Jake Reuter down in lane number 7 as well. In lane number 3, you have a little bit of competition now. Max Pasile from Hancock. He's fighting for that second place position. Still kind of in the mix here in the backstroke, and well, he's about a body length shy.
And don't get confused. This may look relaxed, but they are working hard. They're pulling a lot of water. That is exhausting work right there.
All right, Coach, the final 50 of the backstroke. has been completed, and we're now into the breaststroke.
And having turned first, it looks like Jake Reuter there in lane 4 is also a phenomenal breaststroker as he opens up a bigger lead throughout the first 25.
He's just gaining all that time right now. The splits are going to be pretty big here. You've got to pay attention to what the clock is saying, but Jake Reuter in first place now. That battle for second place going to be kind of important here as we see things start to get a little shooken up. In lane number 5, Matthew Simpson from Orange Coast. He's now in the mix really, really well with everybody else. He is holding on to second place solidly now. Max Basile dropped down a little bit in lane number 7. Jake Rothman from Palomar College. He's dropped off a little bit, and now making a play is Ryan Rodosco from Las Positas College. He's now in that conversation for second place as he's going to try and make up some ground here with the breaststroke. But they are working their way quickly through breaststroke. Coach, what do you think? 2:51. Can you get a sub 1 minute time for the freestyle?
I mean, if he's under 3 minutes here, you have to assume he's going to be under a minute in the freestyle. We're looking at maybe close to another state record here.
2:58.18. 2:58.18, Coach.
Yeah, he's coming for it tonight. That breaststroke was powerful the whole way. Let's see if he's got it left in the tank.
Jake Reuter.
We shouldn't count out Matthew Simpson here in lane 5. Looks like he's fighting hard. He may just be too far behind to really catch up here.
Yeah, a couple seconds difference here.
Like
but that battle for second place is now the most important battle here for anybody else in the pool.
If he holds that same pace, we might be looking at a new state record here.
Jack, well, 3:25 after the first 50. We have another 50 to go. If he holds up, was it 25 seconds, Coach?
He went about 27 seconds, and he's about 27 seconds away from the record. Let's see if he can do it.
45.
We're looking for a 350, 320.
He's made it to 350. Can he hit it? 352, 54!
Got it.
In first place, that is a new state record, Coach. My goodness, we're seeing a whole bunch of firsts. The crowd is on their feet here in East Los Angeles College. Into second place, we're going to see Matthew Simpson from Orange Coast. He's got a 3:59 in its own right, very respectable. In third place will be Max Basile from Hancock. He's got a 4:01.58, and the rest of the board we'll show you in just a few moments. But look at Jake Reuter.
That's a man who's got to be happy with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, historic swim from the young man.
Yeah, it's absolutely historic. This is the place for those kind of things, but I mean, my goodness, what you got to feel when you just won a 400-yard individual medley and broke a state record. That's a whole lot of good things to be happy about. A gold medal on his chest.
Hey, I've seen 2 events tonight, and I've seen 2 state records. Let's hope that keeps going.
Well, Coach, just as you're saying that, we got event 17 coming up next, okay?
What do you know?
We have another state record that was just previously broken in the prelims. It's funny you say that. We have the women's 100-yard butterfly coming up next. You're watching SoCal College Sports coverage of the 3C2A Men's and Women's Swim and Dive 2023 Championship. We'll see you guys in just a few moments. right, Coach, after the endurance race, we go to the women's 100-yard butterfly. A little bit shorter, a little bit quicker.
Yeah, about a minute long. Still definitely a little bit of endurance required, but we'll see these girls going out right away at max speed,
So
basically.
in lane number 1, we have Mael Aldo. Lane number 2, Luca Romeo. Lane number 3, Marilyn Weaver. Lane number 5, Jada Brown. Lane number 6, Kiki Henderson. Lane number 7, Kristen Fitch. And lane number 8, Williman Henriksen. And number 4, Shelby Jackson. And it is anybody's race at this point. Nobody is clearly ahead, though Jackson, she is in that first place by about 0.3 of a second.
And it's normal for the second 50 to be a little bit slower than the first, and really what we're looking for is who can hold on to their speed the best.
The fight now will be on. Look at lane number 5. That's Jada Brown from Hancock College. She's kind of putting the fight on. They are underwater now. The first one up out of the water is in lane number 6. That's Kiki Henderson. As things start to heat up here for the first place battle, it's going to come down to the final little moments here as it looks like Shelby Jackson might be just a little bit ahead. Does she have it? And she does.
Another tie.
Oh my gosh.
And a tie for third.
Oh man. Coach.
The surprises keep coming here.
Shelby Jackson and Jada Brown, they will tie for first place. What an interesting way to go. Kiki Henderson is going to tie with Kristen Fitch. That's lane 6 and 7. What a crazy way to go about this. I've never seen that, actually. Have you ever seen 2 ties like that?
In the same heat? I'm not sure I have, but also back-to-back tie. Yeah, we've had so many weird results so far.
Yeah, oh my goodness. So, Shelby Jackson, Jada Brown, they tie for first place. Kiki Henderson and Kristen Fitch, they tie for third place. In the next time, that would be the 5th place, is going to be lane number 2, Luca Romero. Lane number 1 is going to be Mael Aldo. She's in 6th place, and in 7th place is going to be, lane number 3. I totally missed one. Marilyn Weaver. And then finally, William Henderson. She will be in 8th place for that heat. Now, we head to heat number 2. It's the women's 100-yard butterflies. This is the championship. We'll set up the lineup right now. Lane number 1, Jaylyn Rodriguez. She's from Chaffey College. She's a freshman with a 1 minute 38 seconds. She's in that first lane. Sky Griffin in that second lane. Diablo Valley freshman with a 59.80. Kayonda Dowdy from Hartnell College. She's a sophomore with a 58.55. In lane number 5, Isabella Orlando. She's from Santa Barbara College, freshman with a 58.31. Lane number 6, Reva Rayner. She's from Santa Monica College with a 58.74. 2 back-to-back Santa Monica colleges. Emma Kilamauskas, she was a name we were talking about earlier, 59.96. In lane number 8, Gabrielle Mino from Shasta College. She's a 1 minute 86. And Emma Hart. Alomar College, she'll be in that 4th lane for the 55.30. That's 3 seconds difference here from everybody else in the field. Coach, I don't think it will be that far away from each other here.
I mean, it looks like she's got a solid separation on the field. She was a full quarter second faster than the state record this morning. We'll see if she can do that twice in one day. That is a tough task. Another tough task in lane 7, we see Emma Kilmauskas coming off a short rest after that 400 IM in which she was like, I think she got second place in that just a second ago.
Right.
We'll see how her legs are feeling after such a short rest.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to what you've swam back to back. And, after a couple of these different heats over the course of the day, it's not just like, you're going out and racing one race that you like to do. No, you're racing a whole bunch of different events all over again.
That's right, and they did all of this morning too. And this is day 2. They'll race 2 times again tomorrow. Yeah.
Things are not over. If you guys are just joining or tuning in, this is SoCal College Sports coverage of the 3C2A Men's and Women's State Championship Dive and Swim. But we will have all the coverage archived and ready to go. We have 3 streams yesterday, 3 streams today. We have the prelims, the dive, and now the championship again today. And then we just have swim tomorrow. Dive is all over and done with. So no more need to worry about that as we get ready to finish things off. This has been a heck of an event, Coach.
It has, and I watched some of the broadcasts that was archived last night. Sounds good, looks good.
I think we've figured some things out here from the broadcast side. I hope everybody is enjoying this. We certainly are. I think this entire time we've been having a good time.
I've had a smile on my face the whole time.
All right, heat number 2. This is the women's 100-yard butterfly 2A final. Here we go. Flash a light and we are underway. It is just 4 times across the length of the pool. we get ready for seeing maybe if that lane number 4 is ahead. And oh my goodness, Emma Hart, she broke the state record with the 55.30. We were talking about it a second ago. That was a state record. She is now swimming also in first place again right now. We'll look at the split here, looking at about 24.93. Coach,
Yeah,
she's
looking
ahead of pace.
She sure is. Yeah, she might even be a full second faster than this morning if she can keep this up.
And like you said earlier in the B the B heat, second 100 yards or second 50 yards might be the slower one. We will see here. 43.44. This clock is going to make me probably lose a couple years off of my life.
She's going to be well under her time from this morning. Let's see how fast she can come in here at the
51.
touch.
And touches the wall.
Yeah.
54.82. Now, we said it earlier, a new state record. 55.30 was it earlier. 54.82. She has set the bar even higher, Coach.
Yeah, she took off another half second from a swim that she broke this morning. Incredibly difficult to do.
Isabella Orlando from Santa Barbara College. She will be in second place with a 57.19. In third place, in the sixth lane, Reva Rayner from Santa Monica College. She had a 58.30, or 38, should I say. And in lane number 3, in fourth place, that is Kanda Dowdy from Hartnell College. She had a 58.62. And in that fifth place position, that's lane number 7, Emma Kilamauskas from Santa Monica College. She had a 59.70. In that sixth place, you have lane number 2, Sky Griffin from Diablo Valley College. She came in with a 1:17. She's a little bit slower than she was this morning. And in that seventh place, we have lane number 8, Gabriella Mino from Shasta College. She was a looks like 0130. And lane number 1, Jalen Rodriguez from Chaffey College, a 1:01.54. So, Coach, that's it. The 100-yard butterfly over for the women's. We have the men's coming up in just a few moments. You're watching SoCal College sports coverage of the 3C2A Men's and Women's Dive State Championship. We are into the men's 100-yard butterfly, and things were really exciting in the women's. We had a new state record, Coach. I mean, goodness. Maybe could we look at it for the men's?
It is possible. We've got a competitor within with less than a second and a half, and we've seen him already be successful this meet.
All right, well, we have the B heat for the men's 100-yard butterfly. It's Kobe Hurtado, Trevor Arnes, Tatsuki Unui, Keaton Sutanto, Isaiah Huerta, Seth Rollins, Ryan Beery, and Ajay Ahuja in that fourth lane. So we are just underway, but just underway means nothing in 100 yards. We are almost through the first 50, and things are pretty much lined up abreast here in the first 50 as they are getting ready to turn and go into the final 50 yards, Coach.
Wow, we're all within 23 seconds there. This is going to be a dead heat coming to the finish.
So maybe that second 50 yards might be a little bit slower, but my goodness, 53 seconds on the board across the board through lanes 1 through 7, and it's that final turn. We're into the final 25. Who's going to be able to take it here for the B heat?
Oh, lane 3 coming out strong on that fourth wall.
That's Satsuki Unui, and is he going to have enough to get all the way to the end? He does. Lane number 3 is going to take it at a 49.87, and Coach, we were talking about state records. The 49 is only 3 seconds faster than the state record.
Yeah.
Or 3 seconds slower, should I say, than the state record.
And from the B final, we have 149, a couple 50 points. Compared to this morning, all of these guys came to race tonight.
Orange Coast College going to get a little bit of glory here, but his teammate Ethan Smith, outside of the pool, he is in that fourth lane, Coach.
Yeah,
Tell me about Ethan Smith.
We saw Ethan Smith last night win the 50 freestyle, the most purely sprint event. So, hey, we'll see how his conditioning is. Can he hold 4 laps? We know he can do 2. We know the kid has speed. Let's see what he's got in the fly here.
He came in with a 47.79, and we'll go through the rest of the lineup here really quick. Hiro Inoki from Santa Monica College, he's at 50.87. Aiden Morris from Orange Coast College, he's a freshman, 50.32. Caleb Tracy from Sierra College, sophomore, 49.53. Lane number 5, Eric Yee from Mount San Antonio College, 49.32. Sullivan Moore in lane number 6 from Long Beach College, he's a freshman, 49.53. And lane number 7, Tommy Collins from Sierra College, he's a 50.48. Lane number 8, Elijah De Vera from Riverside College, he's a 50.92. And finally, Ethan Smith from Orange Coast. He won it yesterday. Can he come back and do it again today? This is for a gold. I'm assuming this is also kind of like, man, the moment you put a medal on the line, things get a little bit more interesting.
Of course, yeah, this is what he's worked for all season. You know, and as being the first seed, he gets to choose the pump-up music, and we can see him vibing to his own music here. He looks confident.
This is a really good one, too, Coach. One of those, like, you get out onto the field, if I was playing baseball, like, man, I'm ready to go throw a baseball.
It's hard not to strut a little bit, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're getting done with the lineups, man, goodness. This is all going to come down to a little bit of technique, too. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like who has the cleanest technique. It's not who's the strongest. It's how coordinated can you be in every facet of this race.
You're absolutely right. We need to put our power in efficient ways. One way that you'll see a lot of people lose efficiency is coming way too high up out of the water. We'd like to stay moving forward.
And this is not just like you got to consistently do the right things. It's one time wrong could actually ruin your entire race here against somebody else.
All your momentum, and we've already seen only a second separates these guys.
All right, racers. The swimmers are on the blocks. They are ready to dive into the water. This is going to be a really, really big final. I'm excited for it. Heat number 2, it's the men's 100-yard butterfly, and they are off and away. And immediately, look at lane number 4.
Coming out strong. He'd like to be touching in the 22, maybe even in the high 21-second range here on the first 50.
Underwater for about half of the pool length, and he is kicking for his life. Ethan Smith, Orange Coast, he's got a couple people in quick pursuit. Eric Ye from Mount San Antonio College also in that conversation, and we are into the final 50. Here it comes. It's the fastest little 50 that you will see here. 21.84 is his split time. What does he touch the wall at now? Yeah. It is going to be something close. Maybe could we see another state record broken here?
We'll
39 and 40 seconds. It's going to be close. He has to cover a couple extra yards, 45, 46, and that is going to do it, 47.50.
Oh, not quite.
47.50 will beat his previous score. It's not quite enough. It's about a second shy of the state record, but Ethan Smith well into first place, and that is going to be the gold medal going to Orange Coast College, and they're going to have 2 back-to-back. Tatsuki Inui won the B round as well. So just give you guys the whole lineup here. It was the 4th lane Ethan Smith, then the 5th lane Eric Yee in 2nd place. 3rd place is going to go to the 7th lane Tommy Collins from Sierra College. 4th place is going to go to lane number 6, Sullivan Moore. 5th place is going to go to Caleb Tracy from Sierra College. 6th place going to go up to Aiden Morris at Orange Coast in lane number 2. 7th place in lane number 1, Jairo Inoki from Santa Monica College. And finally, 8th place is Elijah De Vera from Riverside College in that 8th lane. Coach, do you have anything you want to say, or we can close it out and head to the women's 200-yard freestyle next?
Hey, state record or not, a phenomenal swim, another time drop for the young man, and he looked dominant throughout the entire race.
Yeah,
Didn't he?
absolutely. The entire time, even from when they jumped off of the blocks, it was like, this guy is clearly a little bit quicker.
yeah, he knew it too.
Yeah. Well, that's going to do it for the 100-yard butterfly. We're done with the men's here. We head to event number 19, women's 200-yard freestyle. Coming up next, you're watching the SoCal College Sports coverage of the men's and women's 3C Swim and Dive State Championship.
All right, I have the official results of the men's 100 butterfly. We're going to start at lane number 8. In 8th place from Riverside, Elijah De Vera. In 7th place, down in lane number 1, from Santa Monica, Hero Inoki. In 6th place, right next door, lane number 2, from Orange Coast, Amy Morris. In 5th place, lane number 3, from Sierra College, Caleb Tracy. In 4th place, lane number 6, from Long Beach, Sullivan Moore. In 3rd place from Sierra College, over lane number 6, Tommy Collins. In 2nd place, in lane number 5, from Mount Shasta, Eric Yeh. And your champion in the 100 butterfly women, 47.54, Ethan Smith. Ladies, 3 minutes for the 200 freestyle. Ladies, 3 minutes for the 200 freestyle.
So I was just beginning junior high and high school when Title IX came about. And I remember the opportunities for my brother, my older brother, but there were no opportunities for my sister and I outside of school.
In those days, we went and changed into these ridiculous one-piece shorts outfits if you were a girl.
I remember we wore the jumpsuits. We didn't really feel like athletics.
Every decision that we make as administrators, we have to look at it through the lens of Title IX. I think that we have to see how does it affect other programs, our student athletes, and how we are providing access and opportunities for our student athletes.
You see a lot of athletes, male and female, who haven't yet peaked when they're in high school. You know, they may have been doing soccer either at school, club soccer, whatever it is, whatever sport it is. They may not be good enough to have been recruited right into a D1, 2, or 3 school. They still want to compete. They may or may not think they have an opportunity to go to a 4-year after that. But what they know is that athletics is really important to them and they want one last chance.
We don't ever want to go backwards. We want to get better and better and better. And I would say as we improve women's athletics, we're also going to improve men's. There's always room for improvement in everything we do. So if you improve one, the other one's going to come along too.
All right, we return. Event number 19, women's 200-yard freestyle. Heat number 1. This is the B final. Put up the lineup is Brooke Munoz in lane number 1, Faith Tan in lane number 2, Naomi Jenkins in lane number 3, Megan Calcutt in lane number 5, in lane number 6, Joanna Shearer, in lane number 7, Chloe McKay, in lane number 8, Mackenzie Neese, and in lane number 4, Kennedy Brubaker. 200-yard freestyle. This race is certainly pretty quick as well for 200 yards. Brubaker comes in to tonight's heat number 1 with a 2:01.05.
The 200 is still a bit of a sprint. You know, they're obviously going out fast, but you do need to hold just a little bit in the tank as they got 8 lengths of the pool to finish here.
That 200 is not a small task for anybody to try and complete.
No, we would consider this mid-distance, so you do need to be fast, but we'll see some different race strategies. We'll see some people come in the first 100 a little bit smoother, hoping to take it out a little faster in the second. And then we'll see some people come in here and just trying to take it all home, going out fast and trying to hold on.
I remember from swimming warm-ups, especially in water polo, those things got a little bit competitive when you're trying to just work out your warm-ups and swim. You know, you go 200, then a 400, then a 200 or something of the sort, right? And I have fond memories of racing my teammates, and it's like, go as hard as you can the entire time, and you get done with it, you're basically dead at the pool.
Yeah, once somebody sets that pace, you know, you'll see other people follow, and then, yeah, hopefully we'll have some exciting racing. As they're coming in here at the 150, we got 2 swimmers flipping almost simultaneously in lane 4 and 6.
Yeah, lane 4 and 6. It's going to be Kennedy Brubaker and in lane number 6, Joanna Shearer. And they are digging for this final 50 as we get into the final 25. It's all about this turn, Coach.
Yeah, both girls under the 2-minute pace as they're flipping at the 150, and I think both of them would like to be under 2 minutes here.
1:49 on the clock. They have 10 seconds to make it under 2 minutes. We'll see if they can complete it.
Lane 5 crawling back, but not enough distance
not
to
enough.
catch up. Looks like lane 4.
Yep, it's Kennedy Brubaker. Brubaker from San Joaquin Delta. She's going to have a 1:59.97. That's going to improve 2 seconds from her previous score of 2:01.05.
Yeah, nice time drop, consistent swimming. We didn't see her fall off of her pace very much. Just 8 laps at the pace that she knows how to swim.
That is going to be it for the heat number 1, but heat number 2 now coming up, and this is where things get a little bit crazy. The state record is a 1:50.19. Now Mia Park, she's going to be in lane number 4 from El Camino College. She's a 1:52.71, Coach. Things have happened tonight that I can't even explain. So maybe a potential race for the state record. She might have it, do you think?
You never know. We saw Mia Park yesterday win the 500 freestyle, so we know that she has the endurance. does she have the speed in order to be the fastest state swimmer in history? I don't know.
And you were saying this is the 200. This is kind of a little bit in the middle of the road. This is it's not necessarily a sprint, but it's not endurance either. It's a tough battle the entire way. I'm excited to look forward to this. Let's set up the lineup really quick before I get too distracted. In lane number 1, we have McKenna Bloom from Santa Barbara City College. She's a freshman with a 2-minute flat 07. And lane number 2, Giselle Quinones from Orange Coast College. She's a sophomore, 1:57.39. In lane number 3, Ruby Gonzalez from Santa Rosa College. She's a sophomore with a 1:56.64. And lane number 5, Cameron Busey from Sierra College. She's a sophomore at 1:54.40. In lane number 6, Marissa Ikatsu. She's going to be from Santa Monica College with a 1:57.25. In lane number 7, Alyssa Hamilton from Canyons College. She's a sophomore, 1:57.79. In lane number 8, Casey Ross, American River College freshman with a 2-minute 01.01. And of course, in lane number 4, Mia Park from El Camino College freshman with a 1:52.71. We are ready, and these girls are getting set and ready to go. Freestyle, it was my favorite stroke, I gotta be honest. Very simple, in water polo, that's really all we ever swam, Coach. It's a lot of one hand holding a ball and trying to catch up with somebody else with another hand, or push off and use that length of your body.
Yeah, it is the stroke that most people most commonly swim.
Yep. So, no surprises on the technique here. It's all about trying to make sure you monitor your breathing, aren't over exaggerating certain movements, keep yourself relatively level and flat in the water. Coach, what are some of the techniques right here that we're going to watch out for?
An interesting point is that it's called the freestyle for a reason. You literally can do any technique that you would like in the freestyle, but we will see here them rotating their shoulders, stretching their arms forward. You're going to see a steady kick driving behind them for all 8 laps. And the key focus that you'll see is when they breathe, they will not pick their heads up. They're going to rotate it to the side so that they can maintain that flat body position throughout the stroke.
All right, and here we go into lanes in 4. The 4 and 5, there's Mia Park and Cameron Busey from El Camino and Sierra College respectively. They're kind of leading the flying V, if you will, here in the pool. And it looks like Cameron Busey might be pulling a little bit of a head as we get into the second part of this 100, the first 100.
That's right, and they're certainly not afraid to come out here and race. 3 competitors out in 26 point. See where they come in at the 100 here. They're well ahead of pace.
Now, it is a sub-minute time now. 54.45 from lane number 5. It's Cameron Busey. She's definitely not, she's in a hot battle right now, and it's definitely Mia Park who's engaging. It's lanes 4 and 5. This is going to be 150.
This is going to be a great race. This is exactly why the 200 is exciting. We see one swimmer go out a little faster. Now we see lane 4 trying to pick it up in the second 100, and they are going to have to just fight now.
Yeah, this is the final 50 here, Coach. It's all going to come down to this. 2 more lengths to the pool as we start to see Mia Park maybe make some separation, and she does. She's now a little bit of the shoulders ahead, and Cameron Busey, she's going to have to dig into the water, and she might be losing a little bit of gas here as she gets into the final 25. It's going to be a hot race for first. Now the second place will pretty much be wrapped up unless lane number 6 can make a fight after it. Risa Ikatsu, she's coming for coming for second place, but it's not going to be in time. First place, Mia Park, she's going to be in at a 1:51.54, and that is a 1 second difference, 1.5 seconds difference from the state record. But my goodness, what a heck of a race as we get into the final times on the board. Mia Park, El Camino College, is going to get that gold medal, and man, Coach, that is exactly what you're talking about going in the beginning of that race and racing as hard as you can in the first 100 and the second 100. Maybe Mia Park, she left a little in the tank, and that was it.
And we know that's a strength of hers. Having won the 500 yesterday, you know that she just had confidence that she was close enough after that first 100 that she could take it home.
Well, that's going to do it for the women's 200-yard freestyle. Next up, event number 20 of the night, men's 200-yard freestyle. Now, remember, we have 24 events plus 2 extras. We have the 800 to cap things off at the nightcap. But, my goodness, it's the men's and women's 3C2A Swim and Dive State Championship of 2023. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We are going to switch over to the men's in just a few seconds. Don't go anywhere. men's 200-yard freestyle coming up next, and it is the heat number 1 that we're going to see line up. The swimmers are almost ready. Grayson McCaw will be in lane number 1 from Santa Rosa College. He has a 1:46.49. Brandon Semeniego from Orange Coast College will be in lane number 2. Marco Halunga from Las Positas College. We talked about him a little bit yesterday. He is in lane number 3. In lane number 5, Jacob Fansteel. He's going to be from Sierra College, sophomore, 1:43.69. And in lane number 6, Tyler Ledette from Riverside College, 1:45.05. Lane number 7, Nolan Choman from Golden West. And in lane number 8, Samuel Cezak. He'll be from Mount Sac at 1:47.22. Lane number 4, Jacob Muller from Orange Coast College. And they are on the way. This is going to be really fast for a 200-yard freestyle.
Yeah, less than 2 minutes. Here, an interesting result in lane 3, Marku, is the 500 winner for the guys here in the B final for the 200. It just goes to show that this takes a slightly different skill set than a true distance event.
We are looking at lane number 5 and lane number 4, Fannin Steele, making a fight for that first place position, and this is obviously the second part of the first 100. As we are getting into the latter half of this race, what kind of times are we looking at? Well, they're 1:45s. That's what these guys are going to be shooting for, the average of hopefully less than that. We are now into the final 100. The fight is between Fannin Steele and Muller from Orange Coast College. And look at lane number 6, Tyler Ledette. He is making a push as well for that first place. We almost have 3 swimmers abreast here. Mark Halunga from Las Positas, he's also in the mix, and things are starting to spread out. And oh my goodness, look at line number 6, Tyler Ledette. He is starting to dig as we get into this final 50. This is going to be it, Coach.
Yeah, a great race, and it's worth noting we have the 800 free relay later, and we'll see this exact race, OCC and Sierra College being highly rated in that. They're going to be right next to each other later.
Tyler Ledette over there in lane number 6. He's kicking. He is just a little bit ahead of everybody else. Jacob Muller, Fannin Steele also in the mix there. Fannin Steele dropping down a little bit, and we're going to have to look at Muller. Muller is in that lane number 4. He is trying to dig, and it's going to be very close here at the end, but Ledette, he's going to have it. He's going to bring it home with a 1:42.38, and that is going to be the final scores up on the board quickly as we see Tyler Ledette, my goodness, from Riverside. He has a 1:42.38. Boy, would he have wished he could have swam that earlier today, but sometimes it's the championship round where you get that better time. So he is in first place. Second place, number 3, Marco Halunga from Las Positas College. He gets into second place. Lane number 4, Jacob Muller. He'll be in third place. Lane number 5, Jacob Fannin Steele from Sierra College. He's going to be in that 4th position. 5th place will go to Nolan Choman from Golden West. 6th place will go to Grayson McCaw. And 7th place will go to Brandon Semeniego. Finally, 8th place, Samuel Cezak. So that's it. We're done with heat number 1. It's heat number 2. We have the biggest moment of the night for the men's 200-yard freestyle up ahead of us. Coach, do you have any swimmers of note that you want to bring up here for heat number 2?
Yeah, I've got an interesting note here. We're going to have Alec Mortensen in lane 5, who was the 200 IM winner yesterday. Certainly the 200-yard distances can translate, but to see someone who's so well-rounded also compete in one of the sprint events, pretty interesting.
Oh, wow. Definitely make sure we check out lane number 5 as this race kind of goes on. We got lane number 1, Andrew Espinosa from Sierra College. He's a sophomore at 1:42.97. Lane number 2, Joshie Peters, freshman from Sequoias College. He's a 1:42.87 on the early morning race. Lane number 3, Mason Parker, for a freshman from Orange Coast College. He's a 1:42.14. Lane number 5, Alec Mortensen, for a freshman from West Valley College. He's a 1:41.85. Lane number 6, Timothy Godin from Palomar College. He's a 1:42.77. He's a sophomore from Palomar. And lane number 7, Christopher Nehart, freshman from Sierra College, 1:42.90. Lane number 8, Zachary Welch from Sequoias College. He's a freshman, 1:43.11. And finally, in that 4th lane, Stash Perry. He's from Cuesta. He had a 1:40.66. He's 5 seconds off of the state record. That would be a heck of a race, but you know what? Looking for an improved time there as well. Coach, I'm excited about this 200-yard freestyle.
Yeah, this should be an absolute dogfight. Looks like a couple guys all within a second or 2 of each other. They're going to be going after it here. Look for sometimes under 50 seconds in the first 100 here.
And this will be one of the faster races you watch today for sure. We have the 800 coming up later, and that's going to be in the 8-minute kind of conversation piece. And they are off and underway. The first 25 yards are almost completed under 11 seconds, Coach.
I love seeing how much water they move. Every time they flip, you'll see this huge splash in a wake of water. They really got some powerful swimmers here.
In the line right now, that is lane number 5. Coach, you were just talking about it a second ago. Alec Mortensen from West Valley College. He's in that mix. Lane number 4 as well. Stash Perry, they're in that battle.
Looks like lane 2 actually took it out slightly faster than the crew, but we got 4 or 5 heads just straight in the line right
Coach,
now.
I'm remiss right now. Lane 1 and 2, we're kind of moving pretty quick, but it's basically 4 swimmers abreast there in the top line. Lane number 1 also in that
We got
conversation.
4 guys flipping at 47 point. We're going to really see who can hold on here now.
Yeah, this is it. This is the final 100. This is it. It doesn't get any more stressful for this, for any of the teammates for that matter. I think the fans at home are also a little bit nervous as we get down to the final little bit here. They are in the 150 territory. It's going to be 50 meters to go as we start seeing things line out a little bit. Lane number 2, look at that. We have Joshy Peters from Sequoias College. He has a little bit of a lead, but look at lane number 5 now. It's Alec Mortensen. Just as you said, Coach, in the final 25 here, this is the end of the race. Can Mortensen keep up the pressure? Lane number 4 is going to be Stash Perry. He's bringing up the pressure too, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. And here comes Alec Mortensen into the wall. He will have his time marked 1:38.24, and that is a well improvement from his time earlier this morning at a 1:41.85.
Yeah, phenomenal time, under 140, clearly under 140. He came and really opened up the pack in that last 100 there.
Yeah, my goodness, it was like the last 100 as well as the last 50. I thought he hit the wall on the last 25, and it was like,
Yeah, if
where
he was
did
tired,
everyone else go?
Yeah, he sure didn't look tired to me, man.
Yeah.
He really had it.
Wow, that is a exciting conclusion to this men's 200-yard freestyle. We head to the back page, or check that. We have our second page of times here and notes. My goodness, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 events remaining, and it is going to be a lot of excitement as we get into the women's 100-yard breaststroke and the men's 100-yard breaststroke. And these next 4 events, by the way, they're all 100-yard events. You have your backstrokes following this, but this is your breaststroke. Coach, I'm excited. You're watching the 3C2A Men's and Women's State Championship for Swim and Dive in 2023 on SoCal College Sports. Don't go anywhere. The 3C2A Swim and Dive Championships of 2023. We have the women's 100-yard breaststroke. I'm Emery Johnson alongside Adam Gonzalez, coach and owner, operator, right, of Green Valley Swim and Dive?
Head coach of the Green Valley Swim
Head coach,
team in
yeah.
Fountain Valley. Yeah.
Well, we are underway with the women's 100-yard breaststroke, and I can't talk too much about other things because we have a lineup to talk about. It's Melissa Chavez, Tyra Lee, Mary Downs, Jillian Lambert, Abriella Carboni, Evelyn Matsuda, Lexi Pearson, and in lane number 4, Emma Jeffries. So there we go. We have the lineup. This is the first 50 yards, and we are almost done with the first 50 yards. It's women's 100-yard breaststroke. Coach, what's the key to success here?
You know, we like to here. There's a lot of different ways that you can actually swim the breaststroke. We'll see some people coming much higher and then shooting over the water. We'll see other swimmers like in lane 6 here staying very low and just having an efficient stroke. So really, it's up to what works for them.
Lane number 5, Jillian Lambert. She's from Sequoias College. Looks like she is the one who's out and ahead. It comes down to this final turn. We're in the final 25. Anything can happen at this point of the race. Watch out for lane number 4, this Emma Jeffries. As things start to wind down here. 1:10:33 is the time to beat for earlier today's score, and they're going to do it, and it's going to be that lane number 5, 1:09:21 for Jillian Lambert. She's going to score first place. Second place going to go to lane number 3, Mary Downs from Sierra College. And we'll go down the line. You can look at the scoreboard in just a moment, but we have to announce our heat number 2, our A final. The lineup for that. In lane number 1, Elena Pena from Palomar College with a 1:09:40. She's a sophomore. In lane number 2, Ashley Simmons, sophomore from Santa Rosa College, 1:09:32. Lane number 3, Ashley Sand from Las Positas College. She's a 1:07:09. In lane number 5, Wilma Henriksen. She's from Santa Monica College. She's a sophomore with a 1:06:08. In lane number 6, Mayanna Gracie Howell. She's from Grossmont College, freshman, 1:08:97. In lane number 7, Brandy White from Orange Coast College. She's a sophomore, 1:09:35. In lane number 8, Naomi Jenkins, freshman from Mesa College, 1:09:63. And of course, in lane number 4, Courtney Seljeseth from De Anza College, freshman, 1:03:62.
1:03, a respectable time. And we saw yesterday in the medley, or the individual medley, how important the breaststroke was. No surprise that we see Courtney Seljeseth, our 200 IM winner, is going to be one of the strongest breaststroke competitors as well.
Yeah, and that has been the event she has dominated, at least in the medleys. And you know, what can we say? De Anza College, Santa Monica College, that's your 4 and 5 lanes. That's your top 2, you know, some of your top 2 programs here in the state of California.
Yeah, it shows why. Not only are they elite in like the individual talents, but they've had a well-rounded program throughout.
Oh yeah. And we are just about to get underway as they are finishing their announcements. Ladies and gentlemen, this just gives us a brief opportunity. If you want to watch any of the archived footage of tonight's broadcast or any of the broadcasts throughout this weekend, the coverage is on live or on demand. Search SoCal College Sports 1 on YouTube or SoCalCollegeSports.com. We're also on Twitter at SoCal College Sports. Man, you can find us all over the place. But you know what? You know where we're at right now? The 3C2A Men's and Women's Swim State Championship, and this is one women's 100-yard breaststroke. Lights out and away we go into the first 50. And my goodness, nobody is up and swimming until about halfway through the pool. Coach, it's amazing what kind of distance they can get off the blocks.
That's right. The breaststroke, you'll notice, has a little bit different of an underwater technique. And all the other strokes, you're allowed to use the dolphin kick underwater. We have a special technique called the breaststroke pull down. That'll get them about halfway on each lap.
That's pretty incredible. In first place right now, Courtney Seljeseth. She is holding on to that first place position as we get into the final 50 yards here. And it's going to be a tight battle as you look at that fifth lane, Wilma Henriksen from Santa Monica College. She's going to try and keep it close. Look at lane number 6, Maya Gracie Howell from Grossmont. She's also in that mix. It's just going to be a little bit close, and it's going to come down to the turn here. A really good turn from Courtney Seljeseth. Is she's going to have what it's going to take to win this race here in the final 25. It's going to be a tight one as she continues to pull away, and it might be her race outright. Here we go. Courtney Seljeseth, she's going to have it by a body length into the end, and she's a 1:03:68. And my goodness, improves 3 seconds on her total time. Check that. She's almost exactly what she was earlier today.
Yeah, it looked like maybe she was losing a little bit of power in her arms there. I thought maybe lane 5 had a chance to come back, but no, Courtney had it in the last lap there. She really turned it on.
Wilma Hammerson in lane number 5. She's going to have that second place, 105.33. In lane number 3, Ashley Sand. She came in third place, 106.78. In lane number 6, it's Maya Gracie Howe from Grossmont College. She's going to be a 107.77. In lane number 2, it's Ashley Simmons. She's going to be 5th place with a 109.30. In lane number 1, Elena Pena from Palomar College. She's a 109.51. In 6th place. In 7th place, lane number 8, Naomi Jenkins from Mesa College. She's going to be a 109.65. And finally, in lane number 7, in lane number 7, in the 8th position, Brandy White from Orange Coast College. She's going to finish things off with a 109.78. Coach, man, we're done with the women's 100-yard breaststroke. Men's 100-yard breaststroke coming up. Are you excited?
I am excited. I have to admit, this was my best event, so it always has a special place in my heart. I can't wait to see it.
Awesome. Well, we'll get into the exact details of who's racing, what schools, and what your times were, Coach. I'm gonna find out right now. But we'll see you guys in just a few moments. You're watching the 3C2A coverage of the men's and women's swim and dive championship here in 2023 at East Los Angeles College. We'll see you guys in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. Event 22 of the day in the 3C2A Men's and Women's State Championship for swim and dive. It's going to be the men's 100-yard breaststroke, and we are getting ready to get underway here in heat number 1. Andrew Lopez, lane number 1. Lane number 2, Bradley McLaren. Lane number 3, Soren Unjenjum. Lane number 5, Gregory Ciros. Lane number 6, Caleb Lynch. In lane number 7, Trevor Arnez. In lane number 8, we have Zachary O'Connor. In lane number 4, Jonah Grove. Coach, this is the men's 100-yard breaststroke. We talked about it a second ago. What was your time?
My best time was a 56.57, which if you look at our times is actually tied for second place in the A final later.
That's right. You and Delkin Heinzman Heinzen.
Yeah, Declan Heinzen looks like.
You guys are going to be definitely in the battle there, I think, if this race were to happen right now, right, Coach? You're ready to go.
I feel ready, but I'm gonna cheer for the young man to beat my best time tonight. Absolutely.
Oh, for sure. Well, we are about to get underway, and man, I'm excited for this. This is a fast race, and this is really fun to watch. So, all these times are sub 1 minute. They should be a little bit faster here as we are now lights out and away we go in the 100-yard breaststroke. And we were talking about how far the women were able to get down the pool length. Check this one out really quick. They were almost to the red buoy marker right there at the 3/4 marks of the pool.
Yeah, and weirdly, there's actually not a limitation on the breaststroke. If they were to pass that red marker, they would actually be okay here. And we'll see. This is a leg-dominated event. These guys are, of course, pulling hard, but most of their momentum is coming from that snap of the kick as they whip their feet together.
Okay, well, we have the first 50 yards underway. Everything looks about even, Coach. This is pretty much straight across the board. I'm going to be surprised to see what the splits are.
What a heat. Yeah, we're going to have a fun last lap here. Let's see it, boys.
Into the final half of the final 25, and it is going to be lane number 5, I think, leading to Gregory Siros. But, I mean, anybody's race at this point. Siros might be a link ahead, and he is 58-47. And that first place position from lane number 5. Lane number 3, Soren Unjenjum from Foothill College. He is going to be in second place with a 58-58. And then lane number 4, that's Jonah Grove from Sierra College. He's a 58-80, just a little bit longer. I mean, that's a matter of a couple tenths of a second. That's what makes the difference here, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, George Siros in lane 5 takes the heat with the exact time that he entered in, and it looks like the rest of the heat maybe added a little bit of time here this evening. So I wonder if fatigue is starting to play a factor.
We are late in the day, and my goodness, if you have to think about, there's people who are going to be swimming 800s right after this. I mean, oh, gosh. It's going to start wearing on the body. I feel like this is definitely an endurance event, the 3 days, Coach. Almost similar, and this is a completely off-the-wall comparison, but just like a large golf tournament. You get to 36 holes in a golf tournament, and then you realize you got another day or another 2 days going, and I just finished playing one, and my goodness, it's like 3rd day and 4th day. You find out what you're really made of.
That's right. These races are only a few minutes, maybe sometimes shorter than that. A lot of their work is in the preparation, and warming up and warming down, and resting and eating the right things in between so they can compete for 3 straight days.
All right, heat number 2. This is the final. We're locked in, ready to go. Here's the lineup. Ethan Merritt from Cuesta College, freshman. He's a 57-72. Lane number 2, Zachary Zuhar Kerr from Las Positas College. He's a freshman, 57-55. Lane number 3, Marcus Stedebuker from Mount Sac. He's a 57-26. Lane number 5, Delkin Heinzen. He's from Sierra College, freshman, with the 56-57, just 2/10 of a second, almost 3/10 slower from the leader, but we'll get there. Lane number 6, Thomas Townsend, American River College, sophomore, 57-38. Lane number 7, Kevin Brunia. He's from Palomar College, sophomore, 57-61. And lane number 8, Ezekiel Cardona from Merced, freshman, 58-20. And it is Serboljub Filipovic. He's in first place in lane number 4, Golden West College, 56-30.
Yeah, another name that we saw yesterday in the 200 IM. Actually, 2 other guys who were in the final for the 200 IM are also in this A final of the breaststroke.
And they are finished with their announcements. It is almost time as we get ready to watch the 200-yard breaststroke, and this is, gosh, heck of a race here. Coach, I know you wish you were on those blocks.
I'm bending over and ready to take my mark.
Light is off and we are underway. Basically floating almost 3/4 of the way down the pool underwater. It is quite a race to watch if you aren't here in person. I tell you what, you got to make it out at some point. Lanes 4 and 5 look like they might be a little bit ahead here, but this is such a close race at this point. We're almost done with the first 50 meters.
Yeah, lane 4 only needs 4 strokes on that first lap. Looks like about 6 on the next lap's coming up, but that is a long and efficient stroke.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're able to push that much water behind you, it's helping you conserve a little bit more energy in the grand scheme of things. as we get into the final 25, lane number 4, it looks like Filipovic is going to be the person who's in first place. Is there anybody who can catch him? That's the real question. Maybe Delkin Heinzen. He is the guy in second place, but look at lane number 6, Tommy Townsend. He's looking to make a fight for the end, and no, it's going to be Filipovic in first place in that lane number 4, 55.90. So he is 2 seconds off of the state championship record, but my goodness, what a heck of a race and a way to end the 100-yard breaststroke. From the top of the order, it is Filipovic in first place. In second place, Thomas Townsend. He was really quick there at the end trying to catch up. He was only 4/10, a little bit slower at 56.31. And in that third place position, you go up to lane number 2, Zachary Zuhar-Kerr from Las Positas College, 57.01. In lane number 5, the fourth place, 57.04, goes to Delkin Heinzen. I mean, that was just close as well. We saw him trying to catch up as well. In lane number 7, check that, lane number 3, Marcus Studebaker from Mount San Antonio College. He's a 57.85. And in lane number 7, that's your 6th place, Kevin Bernia from Palomar College. He's a 57.80. In lane number 8, that's your 7th place, Ezekiel Cardona. He's a 58.23. And in lane number 1, 8th place goes to Ethan Merritt from Cuesta College. He's a 58.59. Coach, what did you think about that 100-yard breaststroke?
Tight heat, great strokes, you know, it delivered everything that I was hoping to see.
Right. Well, we are almost wrapped up with we are wrapped up with the breaststroke. It's time for backstroke. Event 23 coming up here in just a few moments. You're watching 3C2A Men's and Women's State Championship here live on SoCal College Sports.
And your champion in lane number 4, second year in a row, from Golden West, coming at 55.90, Sergio Filipovic.
What I learned in my first semester in college was that I could run. And so I took a running class. I got into running. I lost 50 pounds and I started doing half marathons. And that was really transformational for me. Never would have been competitive, but what a difference it made for my personal psyche, my personal health, body image, all kinds of things. If we didn't have athletics in colleges, community college or otherwise, my ability to have taken that running class, to have found that something inside of me that clicked with, I wouldn't have had it. And so it's really important that we provide that opportunity, team sports or not, because it's so impactful for students when they come to us.
Well, you're watching the 3C2A Men's and Women's Swim and Dive Championship, and remember, it is the 50th anniversary of the Title IX legislation, which has allowed for a lot of equality legislation and type acts in the 3C2A and college sports across the board. And, well, we have the women's 100-yard backstroke coming up ahead, and the girls are into the water as we speak. Heat number 1 underway. Hannah Edwards from West Valley, Beatrix Franos from Martin College, Tyann Barbich from American River College, Marissa Piercy from Orange Coast College, Libby Hamilton from Merced, Emily Lester from Santa Monica College, Madison Rishwain from San Joaquin Delta, and, of course, we have Myra Lobato from Southwestern College. She's in the 4th lane, and we will get going here in the 100-yard backstroke. It's not as fast, may look a little bit slower as the breaststroke, but actually, it is faster.
Yeah, breaststroke tends to be the slowest of the 4 strokes. Here in the backstroke. We'll see them right around a minute, it looks like.
Yeah, right around a minute. These girls are about 10 seconds faster than actually their breaststroke compadres. So in this race, it just doesn't look as fast, Coach. It's just it's not as violent in the water.
It's a smooth stroke, especially at a high level. They don't really make a whole lot of splashing, but they are moving quite a bit of water every time.
I think it's the ability to kick with your legs extended from your body like that in the backstroke. That's where I gain most of the speed, especially in water polo when you're on your back trying to kick away from somebody. It's really, really easy to get a lot of speed that way. We're into the final 25. Sorry, we just can kill so much time talking, and it looks like lane number 5, Marissa Piercy, she is the one in the lead right now, but watch out, maybe lane 6 could be making a push. No, lane number 2. My goodness, Beatrix Franos from Martin College. She posts a 1:01.79. Goodness.
Yeah, fantastic time drop. A 1.5 seconds from her swim this morning. I don't know what she ate this afternoon, but it worked.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of that rest and just the ability to relax for a second and get back into the race. Sometimes some people aren't morning people. I don't know.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, what a race indeed. The first place will be a 1:01.79. That's going to go to Beatrix Franos. Lane number 5, that's where my eyes were, was Marissa Piercy. She's in 2nd place with a 1:02 even. And lane number 6 will be 3rd place, Libby Hamilton. She'll be a 1:02.87. Lane 7 will be that 4th place, Emily Lester. And lane number 4, Mariah Lobato from Southwestern College. She will go into 5th place. In 6th place, that will be the lane number 8, Madison Rishwain with a 1:23.73. And in lane number 1, we'll have Hannah Edwards from West Valley. She had a 1:03.83. And finally, in lane number 3, Tyann Barbich from American River College. She had a 1:04.10. So the discrepancy between the scores was actually relatively close. That was a close race. And we head into the Heat 2A final. And here we go. Here's the lineup. Sydney White from Orange Coast College. She's a sophomore with a 1:01.49. She's in lane number 1. Liliana Noriega from LA Valley College. She's a freshman with a 1:01.17 in lane number 2. Olivia Kahn, freshman from Foothill, 1:00.19. So 1:00.19. She'll be in that 3rd lane. And we have Reva Rayner from Santa Monica College, a 59.94. In lane number 6, Alexis Breton. She's from Mount San Antonio College with a 1:01.10. Alex Harris in lane number 7 from West Valley College. She's a freshman with a 1:01.38. And lane number 8, Claire Athey from American River College, a 1:02.11. And, of course, Isabella Orlando from Santa Barbara College. She's a 58.14. This is it. This is the championship for the women's 100-yard backstroke. And we are about to get underway. We'll watch for the flash of light, and we will be racing here in just a few moments. The whistle's up. The girls are ready to go. Away we go into the 100-yard backstroke. This could be anybody's race, but we're looking at lanes 4 and 5. They posted the best scores earlier today with a 58-14 and a 59-14. Off to a quick lead here in lane number 4 is going to be Isabella Orlando. She makes a good turn here in the first 50. Coach, what are you seeing here in this little short sprint? Maybe lane number 3 starting to break out.
You know, I'm looking for how they come up after they're underwater. I like to see how they turn. You know, they're using these flags to judge their distance from the wall, and sometimes they're a little closer or a little farther than other times. I'm looking to who can do those turns real clean.
Well, having a really, really solid race right now is Isabella Orlando. She's making that final turn into the final 25, and my goodness, she's got a little bit of a distance. But look at lane number 3, kicking underwater, maybe making a push for the final bit here. That's going to be Olivia Kahn, but she will be a little bit too slow, as looking for second place will be her position. In the final score, final time for Isabella Orlando, 56:07. That is 2 seconds faster than the state record. That is something that's pretty commendable right there in and of itself. 56, that will be first place.
2 seconds faster than this morning. Unfortunately, 2 seconds slower than the state record. Not quite there, but maybe it looks like she knew she was the fastest competitor here. Sometimes they really can just get through the prelims, set themselves up to win it at finals. That's what it looks like she did tonight.
Yeah, and I apologize. There was a little bit of a lethargic announcement there for the final championship. She did an unbelievable job. Isabella Orlando, the winner there. And we'll look on the scoreboard here as we look up. And there is the final score line in the third lane. Olivia Kahn, she is going to have a 58-36 in lane number 7. That's going to be Alex Harris from West Valley College, a 1:50. And let's see, the next one in the line is going to be lane number 2, Liliana Noriega from LA Valley College. She had a 1 minute and 57 milliseconds. And in lane number 6, that will be Lexis Bretan from Mount San Antonio College. She is in the 5th place with a 1:01.02. And in the 6th place, lane number 8, Claire Athey from American River College. She had a 1:01.84. Man, that last line in the in the clock is going to get me every single time today. Lane number 1, Sydney White, she had a 1:01.93. And finally, in lane number 5, that's going to be Reva Rayner. She had the final score of 1:05.69. We're done with the women's 100-yard backstroke. We'll head to the men's 100-yard backstroke in a few moments. Coach, what do you think?
Hey, that was a good solid performance from lane 4 there. No one really challenged her throughout the rest of that race. Now looking forward to the men. It looks like we'll have maybe a little bit more of a competitive A final.
Yeah, the time's extremely close here. The difference between all the top swimmers is roughly about 1 second. The fastest score is a 48.69. We'll get into all of that and more in just a few moments as we go towards the men's final. You're watching the 3C2A Men's and Women's State Championship final of swim and dive. You're watching it on SoCal College Sports. Don't go anywhere.
In 8th place in lane number 1. 8th place in lane number 1. The board is not correct. Coach. All right, we're going to start down in the order long, so we're going to start in lane number 1. Lane number 1, in 8th place, Sydney White. In 7th place, in lane 8, from American River, Claire Abbey. In 6th place, in lane 6, from Mount Sac, Lexus Brittain. In 5th place, in lane number 2, from LA Valley, Liliana Noriega. In 4th place, in lane number 7. 4th place, lane number 7, from West Valley, Alex Harris. In 3rd place, in lane number 5, from Santa Monica, Reba Renee. In 2nd place, from Foothill, in lane number 3, Olivia Kahn. And your champion in lane number 4, swimming a 56.07, from Santa Barbara, Isabella Orlando.
We have 6 races remaining, Coach. The 2 that are coming up, I don't think we can even possibly come close to relating them to what we're about to experience in the next, I don't know, hour or so. It's the 800s coming up after this, but before that, we have the men's 100-yard backstroke, Coach. Tell me about it. What's the key to success here?
These guys got to be able to lay down on their back really, really easily while putting out a tremendous amount of force.
Well, there it is. There's the mechanical breakdown. And we will get into heat number 1 quickly here as the men will jump into the water. Here is the line. In lane number 1, Gage Price from Cuesta College. He's a freshman with 54.12. Lane number 2, Jaden Giuliano from Diablo Valley. He's a freshman, 53.51. Lane number 3, Kita Inui from Orange Coast College. He is a 52.83. In lane number 5, Jacob Rochman from Palomar College. He's a 52.13. In lane number 6, Tony Montez. He's a 52.92. In lane number 7, Jesper McCassie from Foothill. He's a 54.08. In lane number 8, Chase Chample from Saddleback. He's a 54.22. And in lane number 4, Jacob Hatch from West Valley College. He's a 51.70. And we are almost halfway done with this 100-yard backstroke. Coach, what stands out to you right now?
You know, I've got to take a moment to note lane number 6, who's out in one of the fastest times. A former Green Valley swimmer, a swimmer I've known for his entire life. But if I look at the competition here, looks like lane 4 had a fantastic turn there on the 50, and we look for him to extend his lead here on the last turn.
Yeah, that's Jacob Hatch right there. He looks like he's going to be in that first place position right now, but don't count out Jacob Rochman from Palomar. They are fighting for that final 25, and here we come into the final little bit. Does Rochman have enough? He might be into the end. Who calls it? It's got to be number 4, lane 4, Jacob Hatch from West Valley, and that was real close, 51.94 to 52.16. Man, that is the difference between first and second place in this first heat.
Yeah, and you'll notice that big lunging finish that they do at the end of the backstroke. It all came down to that, a good finish from lane 4.
All right, heat number Heat number 2 coming up. Sorry, we had a little bit of a situation with our audio up here. It wasn't even down in the broadcast. They could probably hear us just fine. Nonetheless, that won't stop anything. Here comes the Heat 2 final. Vincent Pogson from American River College is a sophomore in lane number 1 with a 51.56. Lane number 2, Lathan Skehan from Sierra College. He's a sophomore, 51.34. Lane number 3, Jacob Thulian from Shasta College. He's a freshman. He's got a 51 even score line. And lane number 5, Suzuki Inui from Orange Coast College. He's going to be a 49.71. Andrew Morrison, lane number 6 from Santa Rosa College, freshman, 51.34. Lane number 7, Charles Fleming from Sierra College. He's a sophomore, 51.51. Lane number 8, Matthew Neo, sophomore from Mount San Antonio College, 51.69. And in your lane number 4, Evan Terry from Sierra College. He's a sophomore with a 48.69. Now, 48.69, Coach, the state record, 47.09. This is maybe in that conversation. I don't know.
Yeah, 2.5 seconds. That's certainly a big drop, but nothing that we haven't seen here tonight. He'll certainly need to take it out aggressively if he wants a shot to try to drop down there tonight.
Well, anyways, I'm excited to watch this. These guys are really close in this 100-yard free backstroke. It could be anybody's race at this point.
Yeah, with a field separated by about 2 seconds, you know, a slip off the wall or someone just having the swim of their life, we could change these results real quick.
And it comes down to every little bit here, as well as your technique, the turn in between when you're turning and just getting around. Every little bit helps at this stage of the race. Swimmers are ready. We're just about underway. The whistle has gone. It's swimmers ready, and we'll be away we go in just a few seconds. Here we go. Swimmers are off, and it looks like a good jump from everybody. Nobody was out of sorts. What to expect at this level, nothing but the best. In lane number 4, it is going to be Evan Thierry. He's been good all day anyways, and why would we be surprised as well? He is in lock with a battle with Tatsuki Inui. They are fighting for that first place position, but it looks like Terry is just a little bit faster than he is. We're done with the first 50. It's the final 50.
Yeah, and no surprise, both guys coming out with all the speed they've got, and at 22.7 on the first 50. That's an aggressive start. We'll see it.
Inui just a little bit into the line there, potentially swimming at a little bit of a wrong angle. Might have cost him a couple seconds here, and Thierry is going to bring home the gold, and that's going to be it. Sierra College going to take another gold at 48.19. It's not going to be the state championships time, but you know what? 48.19. Holy Toledo, what a beautiful time. And look at that, 48.93, first and second place separated by 0.8 of a second.
Yeah, in our everyday life, a half a second maybe doesn't feel like a whole lot, but these guys might train an entire year for that half a second, and that represents a significant drop from 48 seconds.
Oh, yeah, and man, Evan Thierry having a great day and a great tournament as it seems right now. Brings home another gold for Sierra College. They have quite the repertoire as a swim team here in this tournament historically. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. But Coach, what do we have next?
The 800 freestyle relay, the longest relay, but still a relay. Going to be exciting.
Yeah, well, every 200 yards we're going to see a new swimmer in the water. We got 2 heats for the women's, 2 heats for the men's. You're watching the 3C2A Men's and Women's State Championship swim event, swim and dive here on SoCal College Sports. We'll see you guys in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere.
All right, we're going to start in lane number 1. In 8th place from American River. Lane number 1. In 8th place from American River, Vincent Pogson. In 7th place, in lane number 8, from Mount San Antonio, Matthew Neo. In 6th place, in lane number 6, from Santa Rosa, Andrew Morris. In 5th place, in lane number 3, from Shasta, Jacob Thulian. In fourth place in lane number 2, from Sierra College, Lathan Skian. In third place in lane number 7, also from Sierra College, Charles Fleming. In second place in lane number 5 from Orange Coast, Tatsuki Inoue. And your champion in lane number 4 from Sierra College, swimming a 48.19, Evan Terry. Next event to the blocks is the women's 800 free relay, also known as the 4x2. The final, ladies.
Okay, well, this is it. The final 4 events of the day just happened to take the longest, but we'll survive, I think. The real question is, will people in the pool be able to outlast this endurance event? Coach, it's the 800-yard freestyle relay.
Yeah, we saw how exciting the 200 freestyle was earlier. Now we just get to see it 4 times in a row. Yeah, so each competitor will complete 8 laps before the next one goes in. We'll see a test of team endurance here.
At San Diego Mesa College in lane number 1, San Antonio College in lane number 2, Ventura Community College in lane number 3, Santa Barbara City College in lane number 4, Grossmont College in lane number 5, Los Positos College in lane number 6, and American River College in lane number 7. And the girls are just kicking their way through the pool. Coach, how many laps is it per swimmer?
8 per swimmer, 32 in total for this race.
That's a good time, I think. That's how I'll describe it.
We're going to get our money's worth for this swim. Sometimes you only get to see 30 seconds of racing.
Yeah.
You get a full 8 minutes for your race.
Full 8 minutes here. Well, if you look down into that lane number 6, currently Sam Dorn, she's leading things for Los Positos College. Quickly being pursued in lane number 2 by Mount San Antonio's Parker Damaski. And this is kind of a slog. This is just, it's who can be the most efficient with their body and who can just work their way through the conundrum that is this long race. And the teams just have to stay on it. Don't get distracted. Be ready to go and don't miss a beat, especially when it's your turn to jump in the pool.
And that's right. And you'll see that there's already some separation between different teams, but we saw how much one swimmer can make up ground even within a single 200. And when you know that you've got 3 more teammates coming up behind you, you just still have to just stick to the plan and hope that your teammates are gonna keep you in the race.
We are about halfway done this is lap number 3, right?
No, we're finishing lap 7, so
yeah,
the
7,
first
okay.
swimmer will be finishing here. We'll see the first exchange of the relay.
I'm sorry. In my mind, this goes way longer than it actually does.
Yeah, hey, it's a little bit faster than you'd think.
Yeah, Los Positos College, lane number 6. They will be the first back into the pool for the relay. Here they go. Jumping in almost 3 abreast is lanes 2, 3, and 4. That's going to be Mount San Antonio College, Ventura Community College, and Santa Barbara, respectively. And look at that, Coach. Just as you said it, look who's back into the race here in the freestyle. Everybody's racing freestyle, but look who's back into the race here in this second stint of the relay.
Yeah, we're basically neck and neck as far as this relay is concerned. We still got about 5.5 minutes of racing. Notably, after the first leg, we had a couple swimmers in the 202, 203 range, which is right as what we saw in the B final earlier today in the 200 free.
Well, in lane number 5, looks like that Los Positos College, actually check that, lane number 6, Los Positos College, Sarah Thompson, she's kind of find a groove here. She had the other swimmers catch up to her in lane number 4. Santa Barbara City College, Lexi Pearson is the one who is actually on her tail as it stands right now, but the splits not looking too far off from each other at the moment.
We'll see who these teams have chosen to be their anchor leg. Looks like to me right now, anybody can take this race. A little concerned with lane 5 falling so far behind, being in such a dominant seating position. Maybe they have a really strong competitor coming up here.
Yeah, it's definitely something to be concerned about if you are in lane number 5. I mean, that's almost a whole length of the pool separation between you and the race leader, though it comes down to the individual swimmer, like you keep saying, Coach.
That's right. We very well might see them creep up in here over the last 2 swimmers. So these are the second swimmers coming in for their 6th lap, so another 50 yards and we'll see the second exchange here.
All right, things are getting towards the halfway point, and we will kind of check up with where everybody is at. Lane 4 has established themselves. Lane 3 now kind of a little bit out of the race. Lane 2, Santa Rosa Junior College, they are right there, and it looks like about 3 abreast now for the first place position. Lanes 2, lanes 4, and lane 6, so all the even lanes are pretty much in the fight for first place here in heat number 1 of the 800 relay freestyle. And look at that, lane number 4 now well into first place, but again it comes down to the individual swimmer, Chloe McKay. She is in that first place position for Santa Barbara City College.
Now, different teams might have different strategies as far as where they put their stronger swimmers. A lot of times the second and third swimmers are the weakest swimmers on your team. Sure looks like they've got a strong third leg here though.
Yeah, this third leg definitely strong, and check in on lane number 2, Mount San Antonio College, Isabella Ortega. That was a name that we were talking about earlier on in the day as well in freestyle, if I'm not mistaken. She's kind of hanging up there, right there with Santa Barbara City College's Chloe McKay. And don't count out lane number 5, lane number 6, Grossmont or Las Positas College's Monica Ureno. They are in the fight as well. Currently in the pool is Isabella Vasila from San Diego Mesa College, San Antonio College, Isabella Ortega, Ventura Community College, Cassidy Yanka. In Santa Barbara City College's lane, Chloe McKay, Grossmont College, Madison Dickman. In lane number 6, Las Positas College's Monica Ureno, and lane number 7, American River College, Gabrielle Nardker.
No surprise, some names that we saw earlier in the B final for the 200 freestyle here on the stronger legs.
Yeah, this is basically, it's just a 200-yard freestyle for all intents and purposes, right, Coach?
That's right. I mean, each individual swimmer is doing that, so we will see some of those impressive swims we saw earlier. We get a repeat of them coming up.
Get ready for this little final bit here. Lane number 4.
Flipping at 550 yards, we should see after this next 2 laps, the final swimmer enter the water and race for the finish.
And it looks like lane 4 is well and ahead of anybody else. The closest one is Mount San Antonio College's Isabella Ortega, and she is a number of seconds off of the leader here in the splits. We will see Santa Barbara City College get ready for their 4th and final swimmer, Shelby Jackson. Check that, McKenna Bloom. Is she going to be the one who's going to do it here for Santa Barbara City College? She is in the water and underway.
Coming out aggressive. We see lots of kicking and a fast tempo right away. McKenna Bloom looks like she's here to go fast.
Got to check and see if McKenna Bloom was also in that 200-yard freestyle.
Yeah, we saw her in the A final in lane 1. She had a good race earlier.
Oh,
today.
she was. Okay, I was going to say that name sounded extremely familiar to me, and she gets into her second 50 as everybody starts working. Lane 5 finally into their final swimmer as well, but I don't think there's anybody even remotely close to Santa Barbara City College and McKenna Bloom at this point.
Lane 4 here, a full half lap, almost a full lap ahead of the rest of the competition, and in fact, they've actually passed up lanes 6 and lane 8 now.
Yeah, lane 6 and lane 2 are the closest swimmers, if I'm not mistaken, to McKenna Bloom, and that's Jaime Helm for Las Positas College and Madison Dorsey for San Antonio College. But I mean, gosh, this is one of those races. It gets so crazy so fast because all these swimmers are all over the place now.
Yeah, and being 150 yards in and that far behind, it would take some sort of a miracle to come back. So it looks like Lane 4 will cruise with this one. We'll see what their final time ends up at. It looks like it's going to be a significant time drop for the ladies.
Santa Barbara City College last time posted was an 8:23.42.
Look to be somewhere in the 8:15 range here.
Maybe a huge improvement. I mean, that would be 8:15 is probably a pretty good split to have at the end of the race, right, Coach?
I mean, yeah, anytime that you can drop 10 seconds as a team, you're going to go away happy with that. We'll see as they're coming in here under the flags. Oh, even faster.
And she is in there. Final time, 8:10.04.
Great improvement from their entry time. That means each girl taking off something like 3 or 4 seconds apiece. Really nice.
We will have our second place time come in. That's Mount San Antonio College, Madison Dorsey, able to hit the timer at a 8:26.02. Just behind her was Ventura Community College with a 8:28.61. In fourth place will be the 8:20, lane number 6, Los Positas College. They were 8:35.09. Lane number 1, San Diego Mesa College, they'll be in 5th place in an 8:41, and we are just awaiting American River College to finish out their time. They'll be over 9 minutes. And that will be it. 7th place is marked, and we will get ready for the heat 2 of 2 for the women's 800-yard freestyle relay. And this is Diablo Valley College in the first lane. Santa Rosa Junior College in the second lane, Riverside College in the third lane, in the fifth lane, Sierra College in the sixth lane, West Valley College in the seventh lane, Orange Coast College in the eighth lane, San Joaquin Delta College. Now, Coach, what really kind of jumps out at you here? We have 8:02.93 is our top score from Riverside College, and then you kind of have an 8:05 and an 8:08 in lines 5 and 3, and then it kind of drops off the table, Coach. But is that the battle that we're looking for? I mean, is that relative in terms of a relay that could be in the area of a potential upset or change?
Clearly, yeah. We talked in the 100-yard events where 3 seconds might be a dominant lead, but over the course of 4 different swimmers swimming 8 laps each, 3 seconds really represents, about a 1/10 of a second per lap. Certainly a gap that you can overcome.
Well, we are getting ready to get underway. Of course, we are excited for this. This is just the women's part. We have the men's coming up in just a few moments.
Yeah, we have quite a few of the women that were in the A final will be swimming here. I expect this to be competitive throughout all 4 swimmers.
Yeah, it seems like the splits, regardless of anything, they seem very, very close to each other in terms of all the score lines. The slowest score is an 8:21. The fastest score is an 8:02. A matter of 20 seconds is one length of the pool, which means actually, depending on how your swimmers are feeling today, it could be a much closer race here, especially in a championship type event. Whistle is blown, and we are about to get ready. The long wait is over. Heat 2 of 2. Swimmers are on the blocks. Flash the line and away we go. The first 200 of the 800 is underway. That's Sky Griffin in the pool for Diablo Valley. We have Ruby Gonzalez for Santa Rosa Junior College, Lindsay Haberger for Riverside College, Risa Akatsu for Santa Monica College, Bella Catapotis for Sierra College, Alex Harris for West Valley College, Brooke Munoz for Orange Coast College, and Madison Rishwain for San Joaquin Delta. And as we expected, things looking a little bit close here in the beginning of this race, though. Lane number 4 looking very strong as we start things with Risa Akatsu.
Yeah, we certainly see some different strategies even right off the bat. Lane 4 coming out aggressive, lane 2 trying to match. Rest of the pack kind of settling in and trying to hold their pace.
Ruby Gonzalez from Santa Rosa Junior College, she's trying to match that pace as best she can. If you look over at lane number 5 as well, Sierra College, Bella Catapotis is in the fight.
And we know lane 2, Ruby Gonzalez has the speed. We saw her be successful earlier tonight in that 200 free.
Lindsay Haberger also in lane number 3. That fight is now going on, but now it looks like just a clear race between 2 and 4 at this time.
We're coming into the 150 mark. 2 more laps for this first competitor, and lane 4 has opened up their team a good lead.
Ruby Gonzalez and Risa Akatsu locked in a battle here in the 150 mark. We are into the final 100, or final 50. Making the turn and getting ready, and I think I can see Akatsu looking over, just trying to see exactly where she is on the line. They will have a pretty decent split between each other. I would like to see what they are once they come into the clock here. Swimmers getting on their blocks, and they'll be ready to go. It's Marlena King, Stella Clarkson, Annabella Storar, Valerie Butchard, Cameron Busey, Hannah Edwards, Gabriela Hester, and Anna De La Garza in that order from lanes 1 through 8. So just keep that in mind. That's exactly where we're at, not just the places in the pool right now. Again, lane number 4 and lane number 2 are the ones that we're looking at this time. Stella Clarkson versus Valerie Butchard. But at any moment, this can all change, and look at that. Things are starting to kind of maybe shift a little bit as we see those lanes 3 and 5 start to pick up their pace.
Yeah, we see lane 4 showing us why they're seated first, but the rest of the pack all seeing each other and all like not letting anybody get too far ahead of them.
And it looks like lane 5 and 3 are starting to pick up their pace very well. Cameron Busey and Annabella Storar are also in that fight now. It's lane number 2. It's kind of all across the board. That second place battle is really, really important here, and it's just about getting as much time back as you can so that once you have your anchor, once you get to your anchor, you can finish this race strong and give yourself the best possible opportunity to end with a good time, but also that first place gold.
That's right. Yeah, every person has a job to do. Sometimes your job is just to hold on. Yeah.
And look at that, just as we say it, lane 5, very close to that lane number 4. Sierra College, that's Cameron Busey, right against Valerie Bouchard.
Yeah, and you'll notice lane 5 has snuck up close to that lane line, trying to maybe get a draft off of lane 4.
Is that a big tactic that you can use?
It sure can be.
Races?
If you're right around their hip level, you can scoot a little bit closer to them and let them carry you through the water a little bit. And we can see it paying off right here.
Here we go, Cameron Busey. She's definitely trying to get a little bit of an advantage here as we get into the end of this second rung of the ladder of the 800. And it is a tough battle for first place as everybody is digging and trying to get as much speed as they can into the final rung. We head into the third swimmer in the water, and it is going to be lane number 5, Sierra College, who's going to come in. The first swimmer is in the water. They look like they're on time. It will be Mackenzie Neese and Emma Kilomauskas, who are going to be in the water for, that's Sierra College and Santa Monica College, respectively. In the water top to bottom is Mary Kate Young, Riley West, Jessie Nelson, Emma Kilomauskas, Mackenzie Neese, Kiki Melvin, Sarah McNeil, and Kenna Dooley from top to bottom. That's how we're going to look at it right now, and that battle is still locked between the 4th and the 5th lane, Coach.
Oh, I am loving this race right now. You can see these girls looking at each other when they breathe. They're currently stroke for stroke. It's as close as you can possibly be.
And this is so fun to watch, Coach. They are almost identical in their swimming style. You watch them, it's like watching 2 of the same exact person.
It's as if they coordinated it here tonight.
And here we go, lane number 4, Santa Monica College, Emma Kilomauskas. We've talked about her a lot tonight already, and look at this. She's got a little bit of a lead. Maybe it's time to start looking to draft a little bit in the inside part of that lane, Coach?
Yeah, hey, if you can, if it's part of your strategy, absolutely. It looks like lane 5 could maybe get on the hip of lane 4.
Look at that. That's what she's doing. Kiki Melvin moving a little bit. She's a little bit right of center, just seeing if she can get through some of that clean water that is being swam through in front of her. She makes the turn. She's a little bit late on the turn, and it's going to be Emma Kilomauskas, who's just continuing to gain distance and speed. And my goodness, Santa Monica College showing exactly why they are who they are in this race.
Kilomauskas, an impressive swimmer tonight. We saw her in the 400 IM. Doesn't look tired at all, does she, man? She is still flying.
Yeah. 400 IM. She's posted really, really, really good scores so far throughout this season, as well as in the races this weekend. But, you know, it comes down to anything. They're in the final 25 of the third swimmers in the water, and look at this. We have swimmers getting ready to go, hopped up on the blocks. It's almost time for the championship 200 race at this point.
Man, it is loud for an 8-minute race right now. These last two competitors are gonna be firing for
Santa
it.
Monica College is in the water. That's going to be Riva Rayner. Next swimmer in the water, it's going to be Isabella Wilhelms, and she is well down the pool. That third lane might be something to also look at. Laura Loffelmacher, she is in the mix as well. She's just a little bit behind Sierra College's Isabella Wilhelms, as that battle for second place is now going to become a little bit important here, as Riva Rayner, she is just really, really working her butt off out there. That's all I can say. She's really trying to cut away from the rest of the pack.
Lane 4 would like to not give much hope to the rest of the pack right now. Let's hope she can hold on. Sometimes going out so aggressively in the first 100, it could hurt on the second 100.
Well, swimming for their lives, and I just saw one of the swimmers for West Valley College, or check that, Sierra College, I think it was Mackenzie Neese, get pulled out of the pool by her teammates. So I hope she's feeling okay over there on the side. You know, that's a
Way to give it all.
They are giving it their all. It's one of those things you try to go until you're almost ready to pass out. I think that's the only way you can race this race, especially when it's such an important relay. The battle for second place is on. First place is still being held by Riva Rayner. Santa Monica College holding on to first place. They have a really good split here as they are looking to get close to the finish time. Their score was an 8:05.71. She's going to be in her last little bit. It's the last 50 for Santa Monica College. Her current score is a 7:28.49, and maybe she can do something here, Coach.
We should see a time under 8 minutes. We're looking at a good time drop from this morning. And second place, let's see if lane 3 can see lane 5 here. They have a chance to sneak up as well.
So this is going to be the new battle, lane 3, Riverside College versus Sierra College. It's going to be Lauren Laufenmacher versus Isabella Wilhelms, and that's the battle to look for. Riva Rayner, she's coming in. 7:57, might be under 8 minutes. We'll see. She's going to have a 7:59.91, under 8 minutes. That's going to be first place going to Santa Monica College. And here comes the second place. It's going to be Sierra College, Isabella Wilhelms. Third place, quickly, Riverside College, Lauren Laufenmacher. And that will be the set line here. Third place, yep. And then fourth place, Santa Rosa Junior College, Stanislava Holzhauser. She's going to be in fourth place for Santa Rosa Junior College. Fifth place is going to go to lane number 6 in West Valley College. Jonas Scheer was the final swimmer there. Lane number 1 is Diablo Valley College, and that will be their time of 8:22.34. And finally, the 8th place will be in the 8th lane, San Joaquin Delta College. Their final score was a 7:24.86. Coach, man, we've just got through the first 2 heats. We have 2 more. The men's 800 relay freestyle. I can't wait. Let's get underway in just a few moments. Don't go anywhere. If you're watching online, you're watching the 3C2A Men's and Women's Swim and Dive State Championship on SoCal College Sports.
In sixth place in lane number 6, West Valley. In fifth place, in lane number 2, Santa Rosa. In fourth place, in lane number 3, Riverside. In third place, hang on, we have a discrepancy. Hang on 1 second. Our printout is incorrect. We're going to regroup here for a second. Oh, this is the time final, excuse me. All right, so we're going to say the ladies from Santa Barbara in the previous heat. You all were third place. Santa Barbara, come on down. In second place in lane number 5, Sierra College. And your champions in the women's 800 freestyle relay, lane number 4, swimming a 7:59.91, the team of Akatsu, Bouchard, Hilnatas, and Renier, Santa Monica. This is your V-final on 800 free relay.
All right, we are into the men's 800-yard freestyle relay, and man, what an event it was for the women's. And I want to bring up a quick little side note here. This is not a heat A, heat B. This is actually just heats 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. So Santa Barbara City College, they ended up in 4th place in the last 2 races. Is that how that works, Coach?
That's right. They were fast enough out of the heat 1 that their time overall put them in 4th. In general, we have an A final and a B final, and only the A final is eligible for getting 1st place. But in these particular events in the relay, since they did not swim in at prelims, anybody is eligible for prize here.
Well, you know, that's important to know. None of these races are for nothing. It is always for some sort of guts and glory. American River College at the top. They will be in lane number 2. Lane number 3 is Long Beach City College. Lane number 4, Santa Rosa Junior College. Lane number 5, Allen Hancock College. Lane number 6, Diablo Valley College. And lane number 7, Modesto College. We are underway. And we have, it's the 800 freestyle. It's 4 200s back to back to back to back. Everybody's going for their own PRs in their own right, and it's all about timing things up and making sure things are perfect.
Yeah, one interesting thing to note is that the first swimmer, since they actually have a standard take your mark and a go, their time will count here. So sometimes you'll see the first swimmer go out really strong because it can count for a new individual best time for them.
Yeah, I can't imagine why it should not, considering you're starting from pretty much it's a brand new race in the beginning of
It's a
this
fair
race.
start. The other swimmers, unfortunately, they do get a little advantage from having the relay dive, so their times won't count individually. But we see lane 3 here really going out aggressively.
Yeah, lane 3, Long Beach City College, Sullivan Moore. He's really digging. They had in their qualified, or at least in their last team's qualified swim, it was a 7:13:33. Sullivan Moore starting things off very, very strong for this team at Long Beach City College.
Yeah, through 6 laps, he's out in 1:15. Yeah, strong pace. We'll see him finish up his 200. We'll see what his time is.
6 laps. It is almost into the final little bit, and we are almost done with the first lineup. I can't believe it. I forgot to announce the names. I apologize to anybody who's in that first stint here of the race. From the top to bottom in the second stint of the race, it's Josiah West from American River College, Tony Montez from Long Beach City College, Santa Rosa Junior College, Dante Martinez, Max Pisil from Allen Hancock College, Nathan Force, I'm gonna assume that's how you say it, from Diablo Valley College, and Seth Fisher from Modesto College.
Lane 3 continues to be dominant for the second swimmer here. You can see him pulling out even a little bit ahead of what the first swimmer had.
Lane 3, definitely the storyline in this first half of the race. Lane 4 and 5 keeping things definitely interesting. That's Dante Martinez and Max Basile from Santa Rosa Junior College and Allen Hancock College, respectively.
And like we said a second ago, these guys in lane 3, they are from Long Beach City College, but they just saw Santa Barbara get 4th place from Heat 1, so they know that even though they're winning this, they need to just still stay on the pedal. They need to keep moving.
A good turn in lane number 3, and I think a little bit of the time is actually being made up here, and it looks like lane 5 has moved now into that second place position. Allen Hancock, Max Basile, he's really doing a good job of trying to catch up to that lane number 3 in Long Beach City College.
And we can see the technique of lane 3 is breaking down just slightly. We can really see him asymmetrically galloping onto that left side. And lane 5 here has way more power as it comes into the last 50.
Look at him. He's now drawing even with lane number 3, and this is a big battle here as we get ready for our next rung of swimmers to jump into the pool. We are 14 lengths underway.
Yeah, yet again, we see this difference in strategy. One swimmer leaving a little bit more for the end, and paid off for him here in lane 5.
And that was very close. I hope Allen Hancock College was good to go there. Ryan Lacaste, he jumped in rather, it was close. I don't know if you had an eye on it, Coach, but that was definitely really close. He is still in first place as it stands right now. We'll have to wait until the final little race there in order to see if the time was disqualified.
You know, I didn't notice an official raise their hand. That would be the signal that they saw disqualification.
Okay, then we're good to go.
But we won't know till the end of the race.
Yeah. Well, let's catch up on what's going on here. Lane number 2, if they are they on the same?
No, I believe that lane number 2 just finished their second swimmer.
Okay.
And they're a lap behind.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say they look
That would have been
close.
Really great catch up. Yeah.
So the battle still remains between lane 3 and lane 5. That's David Avila from Long Beach City College. And at this time, we'll go ahead and catch everybody up on who's in the pool. Oscar Pinto from American River College. Long Beach City College has David Avila. Santa Rosa Junior College has Juan Madrigal. And Allen Hancock College, Brian Lacaste. Diablo Valley College, Ethan Braga. And Modesto College, Isaiah Hamby. That is what the line looks like right now. 20 lengths down. Coach, how many more we got?
Yeah, 12 more to go.
12 more to go.
Yeah, 100 left for this swimmer, and then the last swimmer, we're out. And actually, now that they've flipped, even less.
Yeah.
10 more laps here.
It's 10 more laps. It is getting down to the wire here. And my goodness, that 5th lane swimming like it matters. Really important here. Allen Hancock College. And that's Ryan Lacaste. He's going to try and finish in, and that's going to be Asa Marsalek, who's going to be jumping in for Allen Hancock College. Allen Hancock is in the water, and they are getting done with their final 200 here, Coach.
Great transition. Yeah, lost no time jumping in, and he's out aggressively too, trying to make up some time. Oh, don't count out lane 3 right away. Wish he was breathing a little bit more, but he looks to be chasing.
And lane number 3 in the pursuit now. And lane number 6, are they making up time here as well in lane number 6?
It sure looks like it. I think 3, 4, and 6 are all together here.
3, 4, and 6 now. That is the new battle for second place, and maybe partial. Diablo Valley College, they're a little bit closer, so they look like they're a little bit farther ahead, but maybe this is the battle that we need to pay attention to. Can they hold on? Is Assam Marsalik the one who's going to be able to put it underway? From the top down, it's Copena from American River, Manuel Quisito from Long Beach City College, Andrew Morris from Santa Rosa Junior College, Assam Marsalik from Hancock College, Jadon Giuliano from Diablo Valley, and Modesto College has Tanner Clayton in the pool. That's what it looks like right now. We're at 28 lengths as it stands. This is 28 lengths in. Anybody's race at this point, Coach.
Yeah, we're coming up to the last 50. We're looking at a couple things. We're looking for the time of lane 5 here, see if they're competitive with the next heat, and then look at this race for second. Lane 4 has pulled away, but I still think 3 or 6 could come up and catch him here.
And lane 4, they are the ones in hot pursuit right now. But, I mean, look at that. The underwater transition here is really, really big, but this is the final 25, right, Coach?
That's right, yeah. He's going to cruise into victory, and we should see the tempo pick up here in lane 3 and 4. Let's see how they race.
Lane 3 and 4, that's the big battle. So it's going to be Asa Masarlik, and we're looking at Matthew and Andrew Morris in that lanes 3 and 4, and it's going to be Morris in lane 4. He's going to have second place, and that was a quick difference between the two. So as it stands, Allen Hancock College will take the first part of this heat here in the men's 800. Then it will go to Santa Rosa Junior College in second place, and Long Beach City College in third place. Lane number 6, Diablo Valley College. Lane number 7, Modesto College. And lane number 2, American River College. They have yet to finish up, but they will finish soon. Coach, we're done with heat number 1. Heat number 1 of 2.
That's right, that leaves us with the final race of the day coming up. The second final. These are the faster guys as far as their seeding. Should see some good racing.
Yeah,
Several teams.
7:10:69 is the score from the 5th lane, Allen Hancock College. I mean, you are racing for something in the first part of this heat, but the second heat, let's look at the numbers. Mount San Antonio College, they'll be in the first lane, 7:07:28 earlier today. West Valley College, 7:05:41. Los Positas College, 6:59:06. In the 5th lane, Sierra College, they are a 6:55:17. In the 6th lane, Riverside College, they are 7:01:61. 7th lane, 7:06:47. 8th lane, Golden West College, 7:07:42. And in the 4th lane, Orange Coast College with a 6:52:68, Coach.
Orange Coast College, winner of the last relay yesterday, has really performed so far. Like we said earlier, 3 teams within 3 seconds of each other. I think that all 3 of those teams are going to have each other in their eyes here tonight.
This is fixing to be a very, very exciting race, especially down towards the end of this. I want to see exactly how everybody's going to perform across the board. Let's give you the swimmers really quick before jumping in for the first stint of this race. We have Eric Yee from Mount San Antonio College, Jacob Hatch from West Valley, Ryan Rodisco from Las Positas, Jacob Miller from Orange Coast College, Jake Reuter from Sierra College. We have Elijah De Vieira for Riverside College, Stash Peary for Cuesta College, and Thomas Kelly for Golden West. So that's how the lineup's going to go top to bottom. First lane at the top of your screen. Well, actually, we're starting right here with Mount San Antonio College in your frame right now because we're on the reverse camera. Brought to you by SoCal College Sports. We got camera angles from all over the place, Coach. Ready to get underway here. Swimmers are on their marks, and here we go. And at this point, it is about racing your fastest individual 200. We watched a couple people get pulled out of the pool earlier by their teammates. This is all guts, all glory for the men's 800 relay.
Yeah, you know, Sierra College here in lane 5 coming out fast. They had the most amount of guys in the A final for the 200 earlier. They certainly would like to challenge OCC for the title here.
Jumping out at a quick lead here is Jake Reuter from Sierra College. We've talked about him earlier today. He's just a little bit ahead of that lane 4 from Orange Coast College. And let's see what else is going on here in the lanes. Lane 7 from Quest College, Stash Peary. He's also kind of in the mix here. As lanes 3 and 4 continue to be competitive. Ryan Rodisco and from Orange Coast College and Jacob Miller from Sierra College.
Stash Perry here in lane 7 was second overall in the 200 freestyle earlier. We should see him finish this 200 strong.
Lane 5, Jake Reuter is so strong at this point. 4 lengths in, make it 6. And we are almost into the second stint of this race. Big separation between the 5th lane and the rest of the pack, Coach.
That's right, and we remember the times from earlier. It was a 1:38 that won the 200 freestyle. Let's see how he compares here, even just going out in the first leg of this.
Well, a 1:34 is on the clock right now. We'll see exactly how long. He's probably pretty close to his personal best. 1:38.98, Coach. You're on the money with that call.
Yeah, so even though he was not in the individual 200 freestyle, he certainly could have competed there tonight if he chose to.
Swimmers are in the water. Tyler Ledette, the last one to jump in for Riverside College, he was really big earlier today. We were talking about him. From the top to bottom, San Antonio College has Samuel Slezak, West Valley College, Dominic Finelli, Las Positas College, Zachary Zuhar Kerr, Orange Coast College, Mason Parker, Sierra College, Tommy Collins, Riverside College, Tyler Ledette, Cuesta College, Trey Ead, and in Golden West College, Nolan Choman. So that is how we are lined up currently in the second stint of this race. We are 10 lengths in, working on 12 here in a moment as Sierra College, Tommy Collins continues to be dominant.
Yeah, I can't say I expected them to be out this far. I have to assume that we got some real fast swimmers coming up in lane 3 and 4 in the last few legs, but so far competitive race.
Yeah, it just really depends on how you want to design your team top to bottom. Coach, you keep bringing it up. I mean, there's a possibility here, Sierra College, you got your 2 top guys in the beginning of the race, and then you're just really hoping that your next 2 guys in that race, and I don't know, and I'm not trying to say that they're the slower guys on the team, but maybe it's possible that those guys are the ones who are just more consistent, not necessarily the fastest.
That's right. We know the next swimmer, Christopher Nehart, was successful in the 50 free yesterday. We'll see how he swims the 200 free. I certainly would love to see lane 3 and lane 4, that's Las Positas and Orange Coast College, come up into this and make it a super competitive final.
Could absolutely be. Watch out for lane number 3, Las Positas College, Ross. Check that, Zachary Zuhar Kerr. And we have a new swimmer in the water as we get ready for our 3rd length of this match. Top to bottom, most of the swimmers are now going into the pool. It's going to be Matthew Neo from San Antonio College, Mario Marza from West Valley College, Ross Brown from Las Positas College, Orange Coast College has Tatsuki Inui, Sierra College, Christopher Nehart, like we said earlier, he's from Sierra, Riverside College, Marius Mora, Cuesta College, Aaron Ray, and Golden West College, Keaton Sutanto. 18 lengths to the pool, will be 20 lengths in just a few moments here. Mine Sierra College continue to keep this lead, they do. I mean, it looks like Nehart is swimming a really fast, at this point, 100 as he is moving into the second half of his race here.
Yeah, he does look strong. I'm going to say that lane number 4 is probably the strongest swimmer in the water right now. He looks to be catching up slightly, certainly taking up a little bit more of an advantage over lane 3.
Tatsuki Inui was, I believe he won earlier today, or he was at least in the mix in
yeah,
one of the A heats.
I do remember a great race from him earlier.
Yeah, and that. Oh yes, he's from Orange Coast College. They won both the A heat and the B heat in that race. I think it was the freestyle, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong, but here we go. This is going to be coming close to the final stint of the race. We're almost to the final rung of the race, Coach.
Yeah, and let's see what kind of time separates here, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We have 1st place coming in here.
All right, 1st place is in Sierra College and now followed very quickly by Orange Coast College. It's going to come all the way down to who's got the best physical anchor here at the end of the race. From top to bottom, Isaiah Huerta from Mount San Antonio College, West Valley College has Alec Mortensen. Las Positas College, Marco Hulunga. Orange Coast College, Matthew Simpson. Sierra College, Lathan Skihan. At Riverside College, Gerardo Garcia. Cuesta College, Andrew Lopez. And Golden West College has Nico D'Angelo. But here we go. This is going to be the most important part of the race, is this little first, I think, the first 100 of this 200.
Yeah, I mean, set the pace. I think lane 5 might be just too far out ahead. We'll see if lane 4 can see him even.
Lane 4 in pursuit. They're swimming a little bit towards the line. I don't know if that's enough to necessarily draft right now. Lane 3, next closest, that's Las Positas College. Orange Coast College hoping that Matthew Simpson can do something short of a miracle here.
Worth noting, our champion in the 200 free is swimming in lane 2 right now, catching up ground, but unfortunately probably just out of this race, Alec Mortensen.
Well, we are 230 lengths in the pool, and Sierra College working on one heck of a time as they get close to the final 50 meters of this race, right, Coach?
Hey, they're coming into it. Yeah, he's about to flip at the last wall, and we'll see him put his head down and just race for the finish here.
Here comes the final 25 from Sierra College.
Yeah,
Lathan Skehan.
Unquestioned in lane 5. Lane 4 coming up strong as well.
Lathan Skehan, they just posted a 6:40.77 in lane number 6, or check lane number 5. They had a 6:55 earlier today, almost shaved 10 seconds off of your score. Orange Coast College, Matthew Simpson, he's the one to finish it out for them. They are second place with a 6:49.72. In third place, it's lane number 3, Las Positas College. They have a 6:52.85. In fourth place, West Valley College, 68.62. In fifth place, in the first lane, a 7-minute and 32nd. In sixth place, lane number 8, Golden West College. They have a 6:04.22. In lane number 7, Cuesta College, a 7:07.30. And finally, in lane number 6, Riverside City College, they will end things with a 7:08. My goodness, Coach, any final thoughts about that men's 800?
You know, Sierra College came out fast, first throughout pretty much the entire race. You know, they say slow and steady wins, but, you know, fast and steady will do the trick too.
Well, it was a heck of a day 2. We got one more day, Coach. One more day of coverage of the men's and women's swim finals, swim and dive finals here on SoCal College Sports. I just want to remind everybody, coverage starts early in the morning again tomorrow. We'll have championship coverage in the afternoon at 4 p.m., not 4:30, so just keep that in mind. Things change a little bit. 9 a.m. start time, and we will have all the coverage live here with commentary for the championship events later tomorrow afternoon. For everybody here, the entire crew, Adam Gonzalez, my color commentator from Green Valley Aquatics, I'm Emery Johnson. Everybody have a great night. We were happy to bring this broadcast to you, and we will see you tomorrow morning.
Riverside, where are you all? You're in lane 6. In lane 6, in 8th place, Riverside. And I think right next door in lane number 7, in 7th place, Cuesta. Lane 7, right there. In 6th place, in lane 8, I think, they took off their green caps, Golden West. In 5th place, in lane 1, Mount San Antonio. In fourth place in lane 2, West Valley. In third place in lane number 3, Las Positas. In second place in lane number 4, Orange Coast College. And your champion